What's going on, everybody? I just want to say I fucking can't stand OBS and it's fucking bullshit and YouTube and all this other crap. We're late because of OBS.
All right.
Fucking
We're all working right now.
shit. Literally half the show right now is sitting here fucking trying to figure out technical shit because OBS and YouTube didn't want to talk to one another and they're shit in the bed and whatever else. But welcome on in. It's a Pre-Patch Podcast, episode 117. I don't even know what our title is because YouTube wouldn't let it.
117 episodes.
Pay
Pay $3.99 for the full show.
Okay, there you go. Oh, so is that do I give him a little nip with that $3.99 or do I need to, no? I need to put that down. Okay, I'll put that down. All right.
No,
Okay.
that's the $3.99 is the feed pics.
Oh, that's it. Feet pics. I don't even know if I can get my. Let me see if I can do it. Hold on a second. I'll see if. Ah! Okay.
Wait, we can't do that. Never mind. We can't do
I
that
tried
on Twitch
Don't
anymore.
worry. I couldn't get my. I
It
couldn't get my fat ass up high enough to show my
could
feet.
be.
anyway.
It could be
That's the
considered a
highest
sexual
it's been
organ.
since he was in his 20s.
Dude, I think I hurt my back. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Pulled something, old man said.
Fuck,
Pulled
it
something.
hurts, man. Anyway, welcome on. Oh, dude, I just realized I don't even have fucking chat up. All right, well, chat, you guys can yell at me through them. I'll let the rest of the crew do that. But welcome in episode 117. If you can't tell, it's gonna be a lively show. We have quite a bit to talk about. And it's gonna be fun. You know, we've got Dragon's Dogma, we've got new games that I wish never even came out, and that did come out, and they're shitty. Handhelds, all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be a phenomenal show. I guess I should get chat up, huh? That should probably be an important thing
Good.
for people. But yeah, while I'm getting chat up, why don't you guys take over? We got Enigma, we've got Scruffy, we've got Bill. Y'all talk about what you've been doing. Bill, you had your birthday bash subathon. How'd that go?
Yeah.
how'd it go?
Had the good old birthday bash. It went well. Did the charity stream that I do every year for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and raised some good money for that. The links are still up for that, by the way. I'm going to keep that up for till the end of the week, just for anybody watching in VOD or that wasn't able to during the event donate. But it was a really good time. Had a lot of fun and raised some good money for a good cause. Very nice way to spend my 31st birthday.
And you were looking mighty dapper.
Yeah. We got to the 3-piece suit milestone.
Mhm.
So for over half of the event, I crammed my. I know I've been going to the gym now. Like I didn't realize
I
it
did
until
see
that moment.
Grasping on for dear life.
Yeah, I didn't
but it was struggling.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much the gym has actually affected my physique until I tried to put that on, and it wasn't tight around the gut.
Bulk
It was
Billy.
tight around the chest, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god! If I lean forward too much, my shoulders are gonna pop this out." So that felt
Awesome.
good. That felt really good.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Getting
Good
swole.
money
Nice.
Yeah.
nice,
and good
nice.
button popping.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That should have been
Oh,
a
you said
that
butt
should have been
popping.
a fucking
Also-
milestone. Could have just popped that chest open and
Button
just
popping.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Button popping.
If it wasn't the suit that I had at my brother-in-law's wedding, I would have. If it was like a throwaway suit,
Mm.
Yeah.
totally would have been about it. Also,
Needs to.
new generation of Bean Boozles are fucking terrible. I swear this is like
Were
80%
you
bad
expecting them
beans.
to be good?
No, I expected
You
to
just
get
say
more than like
the
3
ratio-
good beans out of the weekend.
The
Like
ratio of good and
Uh,
bad is way more leaning bad.
it
I mean-
feels really bad, and stink bug
Yeah.
easily the worst. I could do a
Stink
tier
bug
list
is
on it, but
so
stink
rough.
It
bug
is.
is
It is
terrible.
supposed to be a bad experience, is it not? Like,
Yeah. No matter
It
what.
is,
Yeah.
but I didn't expect the ratio to be that off.
Yeah.
That or my
What's,
luck
what
is
you
terrible.
what you should have had is
Just rolling
a
nat
is a
ones.
milestone that you just dance to. Loosen up my buttons, baby.
There we go. I'll keep that in mind for next year.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Anyways,
Anybody else? What do you guys have got going on? What have you guys been
I
up to?
don't want to admit what
Bro.
I've been going
No,
on.
no, you're gonna
I'll go first.
No,
I'll
you're
go
not.
first.
Admit it. No, he needs to live in this shame. Admit what the fuck
I
you've been
know.
doing.
Well, I've been doing yoga.
Yeah,
Do we-
bullshit.
do we-
No,
do
you
we need
haven't.
Do we need to get like
It's actually
the
something good. I
how
know.
long has it been since your
We need, like,
last
the
your
we need,
last
like,
whatever?
Like a paddle of shame or something to bonk me with, because I've been playing Call of Duty again, just
God,
barely, just a
dude,
little
bro,
bit.
What the fuck, man?
Just a
just a
little
little
bit of duty.
bit.
We're gonna have to
Just a
get the
little duty.
confessions, the confessions portion of the podcast where I go, please tell me, child, how long has it been since your last Call of Duty game?
I've been sinning, Father. It's bad, man. I mean, no, not playing it, but also playing it. But the game itself is bad still. Like no shock.
No
you know?
shit. No
Yeah,
shit.
so-
Really?
It literally has
Yeah.
duty in the title. Like, what did you
Yeah,
expect?
it's
Oh,
a shell
Sorry.
of what Call of Duty
Look,
once was.
I get it. I go
unfortunately,
back
but-
to WoW every once in a while and all the time, so I
Yeah.
get, you can get me shit. I'm gonna be playing this game again.
But
Diablo
I
4.
didn't buy it. It was paid full for me, so I can only
Wait,
say
somebody
that.
bought you? Wait, did you not own this game?
No, God no.
Oh,
No.
oh,
I played Warzone at first, and then they bought it for me. Like, you got.
oh! You've been playing. You're
one.
playing regular Call of Duty. Like,
I was playing
not
the
Warzone.
free Warzone,
no, I know, but
and
what?
now,
what
and
But
now
now,
I'm playing
now you're playing
regular
the regular
because it was
Okay.
probably they
God,
bought
dude,
it for
are
me.
you? What the fuck?
I know.
What the hell?
I know.
Low-key, I'd rather play regular like
Well,
multiplayer than I
low-key,
would Warzone. So.
I was having more fun with regular though too. Warzone's kind of shit to me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that
but
makes sense.
I
honestly.
was actually enjoying ranked. It's the only thing I enjoy in that game. So there's that. That's it.
That's tough.
Shame me, shun me,
Yeah.
whatever you do.
we
Well,
do. Yeah. Well, shame.
nah.
Shame.
Please, I'll bring it
Shame.
on.
Somebody throw some rotten tomatoes and apples
Yeah.
at him.
Yeah.
Well, Enigma, what have you been up to?
We've been getting into some Dragon's Dogma. Obviously, we said that we were going to play that. I've put a lot of hours into it. I don't know about you. I put
Yeah.
like 30, 40 hours
Oh,
into
no,
it.
I'm not. I haven't put that much time into it.
That's great. It's great. And then today was the update. One of the updates for Helldivers. They added in a 2 new weapons, 2 new support items
I saw
that have
that.
been
When-
pretty dope.
When does Joel send everybody, like force everybody on the robot front? Because I heard that's coming.
Right now, yeah, right now. No, we're
Right, it's
we're
happening
being forced.
in the
Yeah, we're
midst.
being forced to battle the robots,
I
which
saw a
everybody
video
hates.
where Joel popped into the game himself, dropped an APC, and then dipped. It was pretty sweet.
I could have been a hacker, honestly, because
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Joel doesn't
We-
do
we
things like
there-
that. I thought that.
I mean, he does. The CEO sometimes drops in and does stuff like that. I don't know if Joel does it, but the CEO has done it in the past. Like the CEO did it with the mechs a couple of times before they released the mechs. But yeah, well, there's been some issues with like
Some-
hackers
okay.
dropping into people's lobbies
Fair enough.
and
Hopefully
and
that was
popping new
actually
stuff.
Joel. But who
Hopefully.
knows?
But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
The
What about you,
game's-
Sin?
Yeah. So, I just want to make it very well known, right, that the 3 of these assholes all talked about League, right? New season, fucking dropping. We're gonna play League. We're gonna play League. All right. You know who's the only person that's playing League in this entire fucking thing? Me.
You know who?
I'm sorry,
hasn't
bro.
asked
I
me
was
to
about to
play
say,
I'm-
League?
you know how
I'm-
who
I'm-
hasn't gotten
I'm
an
sorry,
invite?
sir.
Yeah,
I
we're a
broke
sick
my
invite, bro.
ass.
That's
I'm
I
sorry.
I've not even
Not
seen
fair.
you on League. Didn't know that you were playing it.
Bro, that's no. I mean, if I have a chance, like
It
I
was
try.
Siege, honestly.
You know,
Yeah.
I've been playing some Siege. Like I can only,
I've been playing a little bit.
I can only deal with so much toxicity in my life. But no,
And so then you go back to League.
So then he goes and plays
Yeah.
League. Yeah.
no, I've been dabbling some in League. I've been playing some Dragon's Dogma. Honestly, if you really want to know like what my like go to, because again, I haven't had a lot of time. Obviously, streaming has taken a back seat, you know, with my new job and stuff like that. But if I get a couple minutes, man, Balatro has like really sucked me in. It is you know, it really I highly encourage everybody to go pick that game up. It's gonna be on mobile here soon. Go get it.
think it
It's
just
so
went on
fucking
sale,
good,
too.
man. It's so fucking good. Like it really, even if you don't like, you don't have to know anything about poker. You don't have to like it. Like you get through a couple runs and it's just amazing. That game is just, it really hits in so many different levels. So yeah, well, I guess that brings us into what we've all been playing. So really let's talk about it, right? And again, if you're new to the show, well, this is the segment that we talk about, you know, video games and the games that we've been playing. And Enigma and myself have been playing Dragon's Dogma 2.
And Scruffy.
You've been playing. I didn't know you. Oh,
What?
well,
I
okay.
don't
You're
know.
playing.
Oh, come on.
You're playing vicariously through me. And I want to say, I want to put this out there. Your character is a fucking asshole. I have to fucking babysit your stupid ass so much, bro. I hate your fucking character, by the way.
That's accurate. That is
That's
accurate.
right?
I used your character. I used your pawn for like the first like 5
Me?
minutes of my your specific his pawn at least. You as the
I'm
pawn
his pawn,
itself.
you used
Yes.
Yeah.
I
me.
used you as my secondary
Yeah.
pawn,
Yeah.
and I deleted you. I got rid of you. I threw you off the
It's-
cliff. I was
he's
like,
such
I'm-
Dude, first, so if you're not, if,
Can you
what we're-
control like personality and stuff?
so it's accurate. is what you're
get
saying.
yeah you get the ability to give them like specific
yeah.
aspects of their personality by like, are they kind-hearted, are they overzealous, everything like that, and whatever you choose on that kind of dictates how they
What am I? I'm
act. But
calm.
I
at
don't
the same
know.
time, at the same time, like pawns can just be assholes, dude.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
there's certain pawns that
Didn't
are
I
just
hear
like,
that I shot you in the head, Sid, or
yes,
something?
yeah. So what we're talking real quick for all the people that are not watching the show,
go ahead and do
you know,
that.
we're talking about Dragon's Dogma 2. This game released last week, and you know we've been playing it. So in this game, it is a single player game where you create pawns that are essentially kind of like your party, right? And your pawns can be used in other people's games. So like I have Enigma's one of Enigma's characters, Lion. I guess you created that character. I don't know. It said it was from you, but it's like a mage character, and I created Scruffy, and so Enigma was using my Scruffy pawn.
yeah, I threw
and-
Scruffy
got
off the cliff.
fired.
Yeah,
No, you didn't get
Exiled.
fired. You got exiled. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, your character Scruffy, I am in the middle of a fight, literally fighting my life for my life, and I pick
Yeah.
up, because one of the aspects in this game is grabbing, and it's really, you know, again, I equate this to a Breath of the Wild. I don't equate it as much to an Elden Ring, because I think it's more akin to like Breath of the Wild than it is Elden Ring. Like
Yeah.
it lets you kind of do what you
Give it
want in a
that,
way.
yeah.
I'm like, cool, I'm gonna pick up this explosive barrel and chuck it at this fucking harpy, right? Because I don't have the ability yet to bring it down, and I like it's close enough where I can hit it. I go to pick up the fucking barrel. I'm literally in the
Boy.
motion of going, "Huh?" And as
No,
soon
that's
as I
not
do, I see Scruffy go like this, boom, and lets an arrow go, blows me up in front of my fucking face and kills me. I'm
Dude,
like,
perfect accuracy, poor timing. That's
I
all it is.
fucking swear to God, I literally was like, I'm gonna delete him.
He
I'm
gets
just
he
gonna
gets a
delete him.
10
one
for
of the
he gets a
best
10 for the
parts.
trying.
Exactly.
It was fucking terrible. So
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
yeah.
But yeah,
Me.
Dragon's Dogma. It's So do we want to have the conversations, or are we gonna
Yeah.
have the conversations about
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
stuff?
no,
I
no,
think
yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Sure.
dive
So,
in.
Yeah.
so Dragon's Dogma. If you guys don't know what it is, obviously it's been getting a lot of flack in the gaming sphere, the gaming space. I about said gaming face right there.
We've gotten a
for
few
good
comments about
reasons.
it on,
Journalist
You know,
site.
we
podcast.
have gotten a few comments, and as I said on those comments, we recorded those prior to the release of Dragon's Dogma, Dragon's Dogma 2, and prior to the knowledge of some of these things that happened, right? Egregious, stupid, ridiculous. Capcom, why? Like, I get that you guys do this in some other games, like
all other games.
Monster-
They've been doing
yeah,
it since
Monster
Devil May
Hunter-
Cry 5.
Monster Hunter wasn't as bad as this, man. Like, I feel like Monster Hunter's microtransactions weren't that bad.
I heard
but
the
this
first
is
Dragon's Dogma had these same microtransactions as well.
So like what?
I don't remember
know
them
too
having
much
that.
about them. What kind
So-
of microtransactions?
So the
are we talking about?
the microtransactions that we were talking about is stuff like character like editing, being able to edit your character's appearance again, right? They put that
Oh.
behind, they lock that behind microtransactions. There's these crystals that you can use to hire pawns. They'll put those up in the shop for you to be able to purchase. There's
Revive
teleportation
stones.
crystals.
Is there any other way to
revive
get this
stones.
stuff?
There
Yeah,
is,
it's all
and
in the
that's the issue. Is like
Literally everything
every-
can be gotten. in the game.
everything
Okay.
can be
So
gotten in
it's
the
just
game
pay
easily.
for convenience, kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
But still,
it's pay for convenient. So I'm actually, me and Enigma may go toe to toe on this. I actually don't give a fuck, man. It's pay for
No, no, no,
convenience one time.
Let-
Like it's a
Let-
one time.
Let me be
ahead,
let me
Cook.
be
Go ahead,
completely
Cook.
clear. No, I
what do you
agree
mean by
with you.
one time?
No,
sorry.
I agree with you. It's a one-time purchase. You can only purchase them once, and then you can't
That's
purchase
it?
them. As far
That's
as
it.
I know, from
Yes, that's
from
Yeah,
it.
the
like
store
there's a
after
revive
that.
stone in the DLC shop. You buy that revive stone, you cannot buy multiple revive stones.
Correct.
You get
Okay,
a
yeah.
one revive
Interesting.
stone.
So let me be completely clear. I could give zero fucks. I don't
Right.
care. Right? It doesn't affect me. I'm playing the game as I would normally play the game. It has no bearing on my gameplay. It has no bearing on anybody's gameplay that these things are in the store. It's dumb, 100%. I don't know why Capcom felt the need to put one single revive in a fucking store for
How
like
much is it?
99 cents.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
$1.
that was
pretty-
Anywhere from
yeah, it's like
99 cents
$1.
to
It's just like-
$3.99.
more
Yeah.
of a question is just like why now? Like seriously,
Yeah,
like,
it's just such a weird situation, and like I said, we agree on this, and 100%. I
Yeah.
could give zero shits. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect all these people that are complaining about it. I think it's ridiculous that people review bombed it. Like it went to mostly negative for the longest.
saw
I think
that.
right now it's a mixed right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm on the storefront right now. It's mixed.
So it's slowly kind of coming back up there, but like everybody lambasted this game for the microtransactions, and that's not even the most egregious thing in the game right now. Like if you play on PC, this game hardly functions. It's ridiculous how badly it functions in cities.
I don't
It's
have any problems,
rough.
but that's
Is
not
it still
fair.
the?
Have
is
you
it still
have you
the
been to the main city
NPC?
yet?
Yeah.
At the big
so
city?
for
Yeah.
a few examples, for the microtransactions, the wake stones are 99 cents. You can get rift crystals from anywhere from 99-cent packs to $4.99 packs.
Yeah.
Each one of those are a one-time purchase. There's also port crystal, waste warp marker, that's $2.99. And then there's like
Ridiculous,
some
dude.
pendants and camping kits and the soundtrack that are
Yeah.
also like just random ass shit.
It's crazy, man. I
I mean,
don't
they
know.
could look.
Again,
They could have gotten around this by just being like, "Hey, we're going to offer a super deluxe edition, on top of the digital
Well, they
deluxe." and you're gonna
did.
get- I mean, I know they have a digital deluxe edition, right, or whatever else, or that you get some of this stuff, and then you have they could have just done like a Uber edition, be like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
now get all of this extra shit if you really need it." Not that you do need it, you don't need it, but.
Right.
That wouldn't have got the MTX stuff would have gone away, right?
Yeah.
That's what blows my mind about this whole situation is so many games do this exact thing in a fashion like what you're saying. They put it behind like a deluxe edition or a collector's edition where there's a ton of stuff. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, for instance, there's 2 summons that you can only get if you got the collector's version of that game.
Yeah.
Nobody gave 2 shits about that because it was locked behind a premium edition. I guarantee if those would have been microtransactions, they would have gotten lambasted about it.
Oh, probably.
Effectively, it's the same thing. Pay extra money, get extra thing. It's just not on a storefront page.
The thing
Yeah.
with me is I just never I can never grasp like why this stuff is even in single player games and who the audience is.
It
like,
makes no sense. Yeah,
like,
it
this
really,
is
it really.
semi-full
and
sense.
That's why.
but
That's
still,
why.
who is this for? Like who's buying
That's
this?
why people are pissed about it, is because like there's no reason for it to be in the game. These things that they're selling are so
Yeah.
easily obtained that there's why.
That's my whole thing, man. I don't
Like-
get it.
So
Yeah.
it just makes no sense. To really further, like you're probably not somebody that would have that issue, Sin, considering the amount, the quality of hardware that's in your PC. But like
Right now.
my PC, I chug, and I know that a lot of people do when they go, especially on at least on PC. I think it's better on the consoles. I don't think
So
the
is that
consoles have too many issues.
is that happening because the NPCs like was stated before? Like, are you having issues looking at certain NPCs?
Yes. So the
And
problem,
I imagine the
and
town is
they've
just fucked because
yes,
it's full of
They've-
NPCs.
they've come out. Capcom has come out and basically stated, yes, we're aware that this is an issue. The problem with it is that the game uses a lot of processor power, CPU power
Yeah.
when it comes down to like pushing forward NPCs, and your CPU is what's handling like NPC behavior, right? So like when you're in the city and you're watching these NPCs kind of behave with each other, move around, do their own thing, that's all on your CPU,
Yeah.
right? That's not on your GPU. So like if it was all pushed over to your GPU, it might not be as bad, but because it's on your CPU, and a lot of people's PCs, mine included,
especially people who are streaming too. I'm sure a
it's
lot of people
lagging
are, yeah.
like crazy, dude, like crazy. And it on, at least for me, it hasn't like been a detriment to where it's like it's unplayable, but like I go from 120 FPS to like 40 in cities, right? And it's not consistent. It stutters too. The more NPCs that are around you, it starts going lower even. Like I think
Yeah.
the other day I was at like 21, 22, maybe close to 30. FPS,
Right.
which is crazy, man. That's a huge dip from
You
120
might as well be
FPS.
playing on consoles.
Yeah.
Well, even consoles not completely
Yeah.
free
No,
from these kinds of
yeah.
issues. They're actually adding, I think, in the next patch, an option for you to hard cap the game at 30 FPS, which
I
they
had seen that,
they
yeah.
avoided doing at launch because they knew people would give them shit about it. But the frame
The
rate
game
is
can't
so
handle
all over the
anything
place.
above
It's
30.
yeah, it's become determined that the community would rather have a stable 30 FPS lock
Yeah.
than have it fluctuating
that's-
between like 45 to
Yeah,
30 to
that's-
46 to 20.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I myself have kind of like, especially with this game, have kind of shit, because I'm usually an FPS snob. I'll completely
Same.
state that I love having above 60 FPS. It makes
Me too.
makes my brain feel better. It makes my eyes feel
Oh,
better.
I just get motion sickness with anything
Yeah,
less.
that's
So
my that's my
me,
biggest
yeah.
problem.
I'm the
Yeah,
same
that's my
way.
biggest problem is like anything under 60 FPS, I get like a headache. Like my
Yeah.
eyes start like hurting and I get a headache. But like if it was just solid 30 FPS, I probably wouldn't have an issue with it in this one at least. I would have some issues with it because again, 30 FPS, but if it was just stable, like that's the biggest
Yeah.
issue with it right now. Is like it's not stable. It goes from this
Stability
to
and
this,
frame
this to
timing
this. Yeah.
Is everything.
Yeah, they just sounds like they really need
So-
to just optimize a lot of.
They do, yeah, and they've come out and
things
said
in the
basically
game.
that they're working on some things with it, and I'm hoping that those will be out fairly quickly.
It would benefit.
But
them.
other than that, the game is fun. Like I've been enjoying it. Like let's get into the actual gameplay. How
Well,
have you
ho-
enjoyed it? Sam?
I want to, before we get to the gameplay, I do want to speak on one other thing that I don't give a fuck about the microtransactions. Obviously, I am the 0.1% or whatever else that has a rig that can push this thing regardless or whatever.
Plus, he's
so
buying them, so like, he doesn't-
yeah,
he's the
I'm
whale.
actually buying more
He's already
CPU
bought
power.
bulk.
And microtransactions, there's this hidden thing in Steam. You can just buy more CPU power. I just did
he
that.
went to morememory.com.
Yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah, yeah.
downloaded some more RAM.
Of course.
But no, so this is the one thing that
I wanna hear
almost has
this.
made me stop playing this game.
Uh-oh.
if I know what it is, I think.
Why the fuck is this a one-time only fucking game? Why the hell am I only able to start a game once?
Yeah.
So that's
That's
for
it.
real.
that.
There is a fucking.
It is for real.
They're
Yes.
It is
fixing
a-
that?
it is-
Is it a bug?
They're fixing it. Well, okay,
No.
hold on. The exact terms were, we're going to look into this, right? It
Yeah.
was not like we're gonna fix it or anything like that. It was
Why
just
did
like
they make it
we're gonna
sound
look
like
into
a
it.
bug? We're gonna look into this. Like,
Because so I there's
So-
no telling me I tried looking at this from every single angle.
so
So
you only have one save file.
you can only
that's it.
you can
right?
only okay, so you start a game, you start a
Well-
new game, and then you play that game, right? You're playing through it. If you want to go and start another character or a new game, you need to go into your system files and delete it. Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
De novo, if you do that more than 3 times, De novo sees it as you tampering with files, locks
Fuck
the account.
Denuvo.
It locks the account for 24 hours. There have been multiple people that tell you that this
There's
is
no
a
way
problem.
to start a new game
Wow.
from in-game.
No,
There is not. No,
Wow.
they don't have any way for you to like delete your old
Eh.
save file, start
Right.
a new save file.
I can't.
And,
not
and
even.
the reason why they did give a very basic reason. It's a bullshit reason. It's a cop out reason, 100%. But the reason why they stated that they didn't want people to have multiple games is because in Dragon's Dogma 1, they had the option to do that. And the problem with it is that because it's tied to an account, your pawns are all still in the ether, whatever you want to call it, right? I forget what they call the stone. So
So
if you have
Rift
somebody
and
that has like
untie
six, yeah, well that's the problem. If you have like 6 games, if you have like 6 new games, you have 6 pawns that people have to basically sift through
there's
for that
a-
shit.
there's
The
a-
biggest the biggest thing that I've stated is like, okay, if that's the problem and that's your issue with it, right? Why not have an algorithm that after a certain amount of time of inactivity on that game, it just deletes the fucking pawn from the fucking
That, or even just say like, hey, like as you start a game, you go in and say, hey, you know what? Do you want to keep this same pawn that you were using in the previous game? It's going to be
Or that,
de-leveled.
yeah.
It's going to bring you all the way back down or whatever else. But you
like a
can
new,
still
like
use it.
almost like a new game plus,
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned New Game Plus. There's not even a New Game fucking Plus option.
No, there's
there's
not.
not.
Yeah.
There's
Wow.
so
Granted, this game is an extremely long game. So like
But-
having a new game plus is one of those things where like it's going to take you a long time to even finish the game to begin with.
But even that,
But
here's the other
do
kicker
agree
with
with
this,
you.
right? Is
I
that
bet that's
this
what
is
they were banking on.
this
People were
is
just
a-
like, oh, it's such a long game. We don't need to play it again.
This is a game though that and yeah, sure, maybe, which is the stupidest fucking thing that you could possibly think of. But here's the kicker. This is a game that you can clearly miss shit, fuck shit up, like
It
completely
is,
block off complete quest lines. People are having a problem because there's real quick, if
Dragon
you don't
Plague.
if you don't want to hear anything, I mean, I'm not telling you any story stuff, but like it's there's a and I'm not going to go in depth on how you get it or any of that kind of stuff, but there is a disease called Dragon Plague. If you get it, it wipes entire towns out. And if that town's
Yeah.
gone, there is no getting that town back. People that fucked up and like decided to just kill off all the NPCs so their game can run, those are gone. They're gone. They're not coming back.
Well, that's not entirely true. If
Revive
you go
stones.
through, there is
Well-
revive stones. You can go and revive NPCs. That is a system in the game. If you go and kill, I don't know about the Dragon Plague. I don't know if the Dragon Plague makes it so that you can't
I'm pretty sure
revive
that's
them.
just
But like,
gone. Yeah.
if you go through the town and like just go on a murder spree and just murder everybody, you can go back and use those before mentioned microtransaction stones that you can get in the game through just gameplay and resurrect certain NPCs. So that at least with that specific portion, I don't know about the Dragon Plague. I haven't ran into that yet.
So
It's
yeah,
very possible that you might not be able to resurrect those, but yeah,
it is.
it is an issue. It is stupid
Like,
that they
that-
did that because
that's the
there
thing
is
that
certain
pisses me off.
things. This game has like certain quests that are time sensitive. Like I ran into one the other day that I had to go and save a kid and I wasn't able to do it. Right, like I wasn't able to do it. That's gone,
Yeah.
completely gone. That's not main story or anything like that. That's
Is this
completely
like Dark
gone.
Souls as well, where it like is constantly like updating your save file so you can't save scum like missions and stuff.
I mean, you can
it
save
is
some, but
constantly
but
it is
yeah.
constantly saving. So like if you get to a point where like I did, I was like 2 days past when I should have. I did not notice that it was a timed event, so I was like 2-3 days. There's no way for me to go back and like get that
Okay.
save file because it's constantly saving
Yeah.
every couple of seconds.
And it's not
So-
like Baldur's Gate where it has like 25
correct.
different
It doesn't.
save.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just
And-
one save. There's no way of going back and like saving like specific moments to go back and save scum. So
Okay.
yeah, no, you can't save scum really
I'm a-
unless it's like right there. Like,
And let me be frank too about something. So chat saying holding you responsible. One of the things that I love about this game is that feeling. Like what it is, unlike Elden Ring or other games, even like Breath of the Wild. This world feels so connected, so living, so breathing. You feel like you are. I don't like it. It has it makes the player feel so like connected to this world because there are just like stumbling upon random things. I mean, I went into a cave yesterday that I swear to God, that thing went on for fucking ever. And it was just a random cave. Like there was no quest to it. It was just this, and and there happened to be an item down there and there happened to be, and then a quest popped up that these guys were trapped and we had and do all this stuff. But it was just a random event that like happened because I stumbled into it. So yeah, it's great. And it does make you responsible for your actions. The problem is that if I don't have another way to play, let's say I fuck up, right? And I'm like, oh fuck, I really did want to save this person. And I don't have an out. Like, it's not, that's not fun. Like, even if they were to say, hey,
Yeah.
we're not going to let you do
To
a new game. Like it should
To
be
some
like,
people,
hey,
yeah.
a new game plus, like we are going to give you a new game plus, and you're going to be able to go back through it again if you really want to. I don't
Like,
know.
I'm okay with like not, obviously not having saves coming, but the alternative to that is just to have a chance to play through the game again and do it correctly or differently or how that.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't have that is the problem.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah,
it's-
the other
it's
the other
really
good
weird.
part. The other good part that kind of lends itself to not having like being able to make another game, right, is like you can do it's kind of like Final Fantasy 14, right? Like you can do everything on one character. So you're not locked to like one class or one
Yeah, you can change your
vocation is what they
vocation,
call it.
yeah.
So you
Is
can
this
just
different
change your
from Dragon's
vocation whenever.
Dogma 1, where the vocation, like, because I understand from what I understand with Dragon's Dogma 1, the different
That
classes
meat
and
looks
stuff
really good.
affected how
It's
you
a real,
like.
it's real meat.
Is that real? I was like,
Sorry,
that's
sorry,
way
hold on.
too
It's
good.
not
Yes,
real.
like that is
Just got
we're gonna
really
go
distracted.
real quick. Sorry, Bill, real quick though.
It's live
This
action.
is
Live
this
action meat
is-
cooking.
fuck. Where is it? Hold on. I gotta wait. That is right there, chat. If you're not live, we are literally watching my character cook, and you get bonuses just like you would in Monster. That is a real fucking footage of an actual cooking steak that they put in this game.
I'm glad I'm not like crazy. I'm like,
Sorry.
that looks way too good.
Go ahead, Bill.
Oh, sorry, Bill. Go.
Continue.
From what I understand with Dragon's Dogma 1, the different classes and stuff, when you were in a class, it affected what stats you would get from leveling. So you could actually like fuck up your character if you bounced around from vocations too much, and like the game would out level you, and you would make the game like inevitably harder on yourself bouncing around too much.
I don't
Does
think
this
it's
game
like
kind of
that.
have
I'm pretty
like,
sure
is it
this game.
independent?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game. Most of your stats come from your equipment. You do
Okay.
get stats when you level, but from what I understand, most of the time, it's just like
Passives.
health. Yeah, it's just like
Okay.
health and such. I haven't personally noticed it. I could be wrong on that one. I haven't personally looked at it. If that is the case, that's kind of fucked up because I don't remember that from Dragon's Dogma 1. But like, if that's the case, that's yeah,
I feel like that's
that
something you might
really
have not have noticed even.
yeah,
happening.
that might not
Yeah, and
that
it was
might
in
be something I
extreme
want to look at.
situations where you were
Yeah.
jumping from like 3 or 4 different jobs, like going from warrior to mage to
consistently,
archer
like,
back and forth.
constantly.
Well,
And it was like
especially
basically-
if you do like mage first, because that's there's no strength for mage, right? Like if that's
Yeah.
the case, it's all magic. So
Yeah, basically like blanket slating your stats, and then the
Yeah.
game, like, does this game have like dynamic leveling? Does it level with your character, or is it like zone based leveling?
so I'm not 100% certain on that.
I think it's all
Every-
dynamic.
Everything feels really hard all the time. So
Okay.
I'm assuming it's dynamic. I'm assuming
Gotcha.
it levels with you. I can't verify that, obviously, but like fighting a griffin at level 15 felt just as hard at level 25, right?
Yeah, I'm
the only
pretty sure
difference
it's
between fighting difference
like it.
between fighting those is that at level 25 I had more abilities, right?
Right.
So and better equipment. So I was able to kill like a griffin quicker, but it was
But
still
they
a
scale.
challenge.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds like so.
I mean,
So-
again, going in, like we've talked a little bit about a lot of everything, right? But I mean, overall, like here's the thing: the gameplay loop of this game, the gameplay is very good. And what I'll tell people, and when I'm talking to people that are like come in my chat or just in general, you know, my friends are like, "Hey, like, should I play it? What do you think?" My very first question that I go to is like, "Hey, are you someone that like really, really, really cares a lot about like quality of life? Like everything has to be super kind of simplified or like at least up to today's standards, you know, when it comes to quality of life, you know, situations." And, you know, I'm like, if you are, this is going to like the game pushes
Be
back
very
against
jarring.
you, right? Like
Yeah.
this harkens back to like a very old school style of gaming where like, you know, if you like, you're not going to hot bar fucking items, you know, to be able to heal. You have to go into your inventory, pause, you know, and go to the item, hit use or whatever else. You're constantly going to be dealing with like your weight system, you know, where you're going to be getting, you know,
The weight
overweight.
is
You have-
terrible, man.
Yeah, you have to
I
shift stuff over to your
fucking
pawns.
hate it, dude.
You know, but if you can get past those things, like again, the world feels great, the combat system feels great. It's one of those things.
Story's
where,
amazing.
Waterfall.
Yeah, one of those
Story
things.
story is fucking amazing. I know Sin doesn't care because he doesn't
Go
actually
fuck
do the
yourself. I'm
story.
actually watching the story, you piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
Um,
it's a great story. I've enjoyed every mission
I've
that
heard
I've
it's
played
really
so
good.
far.
Yeah,
It is fucking amazing.
You know, there is not really a fast travel system. Like there is, but it's not in what you're
There
thinking.
is,
like,
but
you-
it's not
you know,
it's not hugely accessible. Yeah.
right. Like, you know, it is a game that it's unapologetic in what it does, but it does do those things well, and it's set out to do it, you know, and there's a reason for it, right? And so, you know, again, I say this is more. Some people are you know, really akinning this to Elden Ring. I think that's wrong. I would not compare this to Elden Ring. I really would compare this more to like a Breath of the Wild, just in the sense of like how the open world works, how like the systems work. You know, Elden Ring.
In ways, yeah, I
It's
can
tough.
see the Elden Ring comparisons, just because of like the buildings, the build system for the characters and everything like
Yeah.
that. But like, I do agree with you that I would say it's more of like an open world. Yeah, more akin
yeah.
to like Zelda for sure.
I mean, you don't have to worry about durability on your weapons, so that's nice. Like
Yeah,
those
That's
things
a
are
good
not there.
word. Yeah.
But it really is just like, you know, because to me, like when I played, you know, Legends of Zelda and Breath of the Wild, a lot of it was this, right? It was like looking around, being like, hey, there's a chest up there. How the fuck do I get it?
Mhm.
And actually, I don't think you're going to see it in this clip or in this video, but Scruffy, I got you back because one of them, there was a ladder on top of a thing that I could not get to. I took your fucking ass and I threw you at the ladder. It hit it. You fell down in the water and died. I was just like, well, too bad. So sad. My ladder's down. Fuck you.
But the
Like,
ladder's that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that's it,
Sweet.
you know.
I love stuff like that in games, man.
So
Like to think outside of the box, even if you're
yeah.
sacrificing Scruffy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I will say, go ahead.
I would say my other complaint with this, that has made me want to fucking murder my pawns. They don't shut the fuck up.
That was
They
I had a
are
feeling that was going to
that
be
was kind of what I was
something
gonna
from,
say. Yeah.
from
like-
the hour that I watched you on launch day. I could tell that was going to get
Dude,
fucking annoying, and they
it's so
didn't have
annoying,
enough
dude.
lines for them to
Yeah.
not be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Do they
so fucking
repeat like
annoying,
a
dude.
lot of lines too? Is that
All
what's
the
all
going
the
on?
time.
time. Yes,
time.
they
Yeah.
have like 5 lines. and
Give me
that's-
times
they
I've
repeat
heard-
them all the time.
Wow, we got a lot of dudes in this fucking party. How about we get some girls? It's like I don't know, man. I picked a pawn. Like,
saying
is
that?
it like you, the
My-
like fucking lion, all of them? They're like, bro,
My
this is a
favorite-
sausage fest. What the fuck?
my favorite is always when I'm running around. Obviously, there's no fast travel, right? There's no horses or anything like that, right? There's nothing to help you when it comes to like moving around the map quickly, and you're just sitting there, doing your thing, charging, doing your thing, fucking sprinting, and you'll hear in the back, from Scruffy, Master, why do we have to run everywhere?
Yeah, oh,
I can
yeah.
hardly keep up with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up, Scruffy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Or the
Dude,
mage in the party that we're
Yeah, the
seeing in
mage
chat.
fucking one. I purposely got a mage just so I didn't have to fucking hear that line anymore. I was like, I don't even
Oh,
want a
man.
mage in here, but I'm gonna get one. And then I hear the other thing that obligatorily pisses me off, because I am one of those people that like will spend hours, as you're seeing, like I'm scaling a mountain to just get a fucking chest. Scruffy or Enigma's fucking character will be like, Master, there's a chest over there, and I'm like, where? Where's there a chest? You don't highlight, you don't point, you don't fucking put a marker. You're just like, there's a chest over there, and I'm like, okay. And so then then I'll go like running around trying to find it or whatever else, and then all of a sudden, the bottom right hand corner, it just after 45 minutes, it pops up and it's like, boop, Scruffy's looted the chest. I'm like, you son of a bitch, bro. Like, it's
That's like me in Fallout with dog meat, bro. I
Yeah.
swear that
It is-
dog meat has found something and it runs off, and I'm like, where the hell did you go?
Yeah.
But
It's-
just to kind of reiterate, like if you enjoy these types of games, if you enjoyed Elden Ring, if you enjoy Breath of the Wild, if you enjoyed those types of games like Skyrim and any of those like huge massive RPGs, I think you're gonna enjoy this.
Yeah.
And I will agree with Sin. Like if you're not the kind of person, if you're like a present day gamer that wants a lot of things handed to you, and it's not you're not used to like exploring and having to go around and look for shit, this is gonna feel terrible because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the entire gameplay
That's the
loop
game.
for this
Yeah.
game.
Right.
And-
My last question before we wrap anything else
I got
up.
one, dude.
Game of the
Go
year?
ahead.
Question mark?
That was my question, actually. I was gonna say
Oh,
after,
perfect.
after
Oh, wait, is
everything
this
with
it,
all
Scruffy?
the ups and downs.
I think this
I
is
wanna
it.
say-
Yep, there it is.
Is this
You
it?
it's right there. You fucking asshole. Like, I have to relive it. Thank God Enigma's character was there to be like, I got you, bro. I'm gonna heal you. Don't worry.
Oh god.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But
Yes.
yeah, that was my question.
Uh,
Also, through all of the ups and downs, do you think that has any effect on the game of the year status? Like,
Do you think it's like Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild like quality? Do you think it's going to even be in the conversation?
I mean, it's only a weekend.
So
I
mean, do you wanna go
oh,
first?
Man, I
Because
think
before it came out, everything that I had seen about it, I haven't touched it myself. I plan to, but it looked Game of the Year worthy.
Right? I even heard it. I heard a lot of people saying like game of the year. You know.
I mean, we got to see what else is coming out this year, right?
Yeah.
But I think that it deserves to be in that conversation for sure.
A nomination at the least right now.
Yeah, I mean, like for
Is that what you're
me,
saying?
out of the games that have come out, oh man, it would definitely be a contender for sure. And I know this sounds crazy, but Balatro is actually is one of the ones that I'm like, but no, I
Not
mean,
Suicide Squad.
we'll talk about that later. So I think it deserves. And here's the last part that I'll say about it too. Like, because it does, there are so many systems that like I think are getting overlooked by a
Yeah.
lot of people. Like, one of the things that your pawns do is they learn. Right. So like
Yeah.
if I take
100%,
somebody,
yeah.
if I take a goblin, right, and in my later game, I picked up a goblin and I threw him off a cliff, right? And so my pawns they were fighting them normally. Well, then my next interaction, I saw Enigma's character literally go instead of he's a mage, so instead he decided to get up close, pick up this goblin, and yeet him over the fucking mountain, and then looked at me and was like, "I did good, sir, right?" And it's like, dude, that's dope.
not
man.
and not just that, but like they also, when it comes down to like when you have other characters, so like again, I've put a lot more hours into this game than Sin has, right? So at this point, if he used my pawn now has all the knowledge of all the quests that I've been on, of all the areas that I've explored, right? Of all the chests that I've found, of all the exploration, right? So if Sin goes into those areas, my pawn's gonna be like, hey, I was in, my previous world, I was in. There's a chest. We me and my master found this chest over here. Would you like me to take this? Would you like me to take you to him?
But I also
Or
don't
to this
that.
chest? Or like if you're having the one thing that I do like about this game is like a lot of RPGs, when it comes down to like kind of directing you where quests are, right? They just kind of do like a weird like set of lines on your mini map, right? Or you'll have like a weird magical like illusion that takes you to wherever your quest objective is, right? In this one, pawns have a thing called quest. I think it's quest knowledge or something like that. Like you can actually it's an actual ability that you can assign to your pawn, right? And then if your person, like if Sin was on a quest that I had already done, my pawn could be like, hey, me and my master already did this quest. Would you like me to take you to the point where the quest is? Would you like me to guide you where this quest goes, right? So you can use it if you want to, or you don't have to. It's not a requirement.
Just for like the quest, or is that like anything like?
It's
like
just for the quest.
They'll point out like chests and like secrets.
They
and
will
stuff.
point. Yes, they will point out chests. They'll point out secrets.
Because
you can ignore it. You could completely ignore it. If you don't want to use it, you can completely ignore it.
Look, it's not as overpowered as what you guys like. Literally, like I'm telling you, I literally hit
my
my
first thought is like Atreus in God of War Ragnarok. That's literally solving the puzzle for you.
No,
it does get annoying, and there is no they don't solve puzzles for you. They will just literally be like, hey, there's a chest around here that I remember from my previous world. Would you like me to take you to it? Right. You can choose whether you want to or not. It doesn't. They're just telling you basically, hey, there's something around here that you might want to look for.
I guess
it's not as smart.
Use the pawn.
No,
like,
you don't. Yeah, you can completely ignore the pawn and say, I don't want you to. I don't want you to take me to this specific quest as well. If you just want to do everything yourself, that's entirely up to you. You will have to deal though with the pawns being like, Master, I know where there's a chest. Master, would you like me to take you to the quest?
That's my thing. It's kind of like I don't even want to know, but that's my own.
I mean, it's still not. It's not as egregious
like,
as what you necessarily would think. Like
I'm saying, I guess you just don't even have to use that pawn even in general. Like you don't have to.
Well, and again, it's going to be any pawn that has previous knowledge. So like your pawn doesn't have previous knowledge.
There's just game pawns, though, right?
Yeah, there's just pawns that are fresh. Like Capcom created them. Or whatever.
That's what I mean.
Now I don't know if
the Capcom ones will, if somebody has used them, they will have knowledge of certain things.
But also
you have like your own pawns, like
yes,
they're all shared.
You can have your own pawn, but somebody can take your pawn and then they'll have knowledge.
That's what like you can't just have like a personal like that's your pawn, no one else touches it. Pawn.
You cannot sign like when you're making your game, you can opt out of being a part of the online portion, and then at that point it's just you. But there's no way of doing that as far as I know.
I'm nitpicking now. That's me.
My as far as like game of the year for me, I'm kind of in the same route. We haven't seen everything that's going to release this year. Granted, there's not a lot coming out this year, so we'll see. I too think it deserves a nomination.
Personally, I think it should get Game of the Year just for that meat alone. I mean, right there.
Whether it gets Game of the Year or not are two different things. I think it's a good enough game to get Game of the Year. Do I think it will win it? I don't know. We'll have to see. It's really gonna be down to what else releases this year and in what state they release, because this game released in a rough state. It had it's in a rough state currently, right? Granted, that's not every game that releases these days is in a fucking rough state. It's ridiculous.
I mean, this game launched in a state where it's like it's working. It's just what it launched with is the choices it launched with.
That's
is odd.
that's going to be the biggest issue. Is like, will the microtransaction shit kind of
Yeah.
loom over it, and will
Which I
they,
still-
you know?
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't understand.
I agree with
people's
you.
issues
I
with
don't. I
that.
don't feel like it should be a contention, a source of contention.
I think
It's
more,
stupid that
more
they
so
did
like
it.
we were talking the
Yeah.
replayability, like Sim was talking. I think that's more of the
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
problem
100%.
here
Well,
than
let
I
me,
suppose
the
this energy was
MGX.
around whenever Resident Evil 4 had its microtransactions, or
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5 had. Like, this is the first Capcom game that they've backlashed at, even though they've been doing this for years.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about a game that I think is gonna blow all of them out of the water, right? South Park fucking okay, so we're just not gonna that button's just not gonna hit. Okay, cool. All right, give me 2
South
seconds.
Park fucking
Yeah, there we go.
South fucking.
South Park Snow Day. So
Battle
this
Royale.
footage, by the way, is coming from IGN, and no, it is not a battle royale.
It's just-
That would have been a
yeah.
better experience. Um,
Oh,
This
so you
game-
hate it.
this oh yeah. So
Ooh.
this game,
Ew, brother. Sorry.
like the first, what was it? The Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole.
Fractured
Right?
Butthole, yeah.
Those two games, phenomenal, right? You're seeing it here
Yeah,
again.
great
Thank you to
games. Yeah.
I
Amazing
again,
games.
I want to say it again. Thank you to IGN. Like, this is the footage that we got. But
Great footage.
so anyway, so the I'm gonna skip here ahead. I don't want them to score anything.
Wait,
But
did you think this was a battle royale because of the health
No.
bar at the bottom? Looks
no,
so
I
much
mean
like
when you first
Fortnite.
see it, like you're gonna see
I-
like it looks like a
the-
battle
the
royale
UI,
game.
Yeah, I
Right.
can see that now.
But this is I don't know who thought this was a good idea. This is a like 4-person player co-op arena hack and slash, like tower defense-esque style game where, like, you know, the only diminished
I'm
like,
thinking
thing that is actually
like
worked.
Orcs Must Die, kinda.
No,
Not
like
even.
that actually is better. The only thing that
That
oh
game's
my
good.
god, we are gonna get demonetized so quickly. off
We
of
might get
Sound
demonetized.
Screen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we might want to stop that. Yeah.
Anyway, it's on YouTube as it is. I mean, it's already there. I'm just pulling this from YouTube. Oh my god, there's balls on this dude's chin. This is what I'm talking about. It is a South Park, so it's a South Park ass South Park game. That the storyline, the fucking like writing, the humor, that's all there. That is what this game is. Like, if you want this to, if go watch South Park, don't play this game. It is bad. Like, it is a
Don't
hack
play
and
the
slash-
previous games.
It's like a card based. So the whole premise
Did they
behind
just
this is that
try
you
too
are
much, like
no, they don't know. I don't know what they were doing. Like they
that's what it
again.
sounds
I-
like.
I
It's just,
honestly-
like,
I honestly think
compiling
that-
so many things into this game and they just don't
I-
know even what they're doing.
I honestly think that it's just like it's exactly like South Park in the TV show. They every time they release something new, like a new season, they try and outdo the previous season, right? And I'm curious if that's what they're trying to do here. Like they released
Yeah,
Stick
I
of
mean-
Truth, they released Fractured Butthole, right? And both of those games were pretty monumental when it came down to like they
They were
both
good,
were
man. They were
huge
fun.
leaps. They were both good. They were huge leaps when it came down to like gameplay and everything like that. So I'm curious if
This is
that's
not
kind of the
it.
same situation with this. They were like, hey, you know what everybody would like? A 4-player co-op game. And then
I
well,
mean,
yes, that would be
I was gonna
great.
say, on paper, it
You
sounds
gotta
good.
you
I'm not
gotta
gonna
do
lie.
it well.
Yeah, but the way that
Right,
the way
right.
that it works is like you only have 2 weapons. Each weapon has 2 attacks. Or no, I'm sorry. Your main weapon
Yeah.
has 2 attacks. Your ranged weapon has 1 attack. And then you get these cards that you upload or use to upgrade your character during the run. And then once the run's done, you go back to your main hub and you go back on another run, right? And you
So
start kind of over.
it's almost got like roguelike tendencies
Almost
to it as
kind
well.
of, but
Interesting.
it's not enough. And then
Yeah.
you have these things called bullshit cards, which basically let you break the rules of the game, and that's what they literally tell you. They're like, oh, because the premise in the story here is that you're the new kid, and you guys are playing a
the
game
premise
like
in
a
all their
role
games.
playing
Yeah.
game, right? And so there's rules, and if you break the rules, then you're using a bullshit card to do it. And it's like it doesn't control well. I don't know why they went with 3D graphics because nothing in South
that's
Park.
one thing I actually like is
I was-
like
Really?
the 3D to
I
2D. Like I
don't-
think they did it
I don't
well.
mind
Honestly.
it. Yeah, I think
I
they did a
it
good
looks
don't
job.
really
with it.
like-
nice.
What I don't like is how stumpy the characters are, which is in brand with South Park.
Yeah.
But the camera is so fucking low to the ground that it seems like the FOV is just garbage. I can't tell what's going on
It's
off
miserable.
screen. It looks like you're getting hit with random shit constantly. That would be extremely frustrating for me.
I just
For sure,
I
yeah.
see. I disagree with like the whole like 3D art style. Nothing in South Park has been 3D. The show is in 2D. You know, it doesn't make sense to me to go to this 3D. And when it's in there, like the character models don't really look super great in 3D. I don't know. It just doesn't fit. And that's the whole thing. Like everything about
what
this
you're
just
saying, though.
feels very fucking weird.
I
and,
like how
it's
that
It
card
to
is
me,
like
it really just
phasing
sounds like
through
they
the.
were trying too much.
I like how that
yeah,
card
no.
is like phasing through the 3D object.
Like it
Yeah.
this by far is going, in my opinion, it should go down as one of the worst games released this year, if not in a long. Like I
There's so many particle effects,
it's
dude. How
so
do you
bad.
tell what the fuck
A
is going
lot.
on?
Yeah, I
it's so
think
that's a
fucking
lot.
bad. And like I don't know, like to me when you play it, you're like, this feels like this should have been a BR. Like this feels like there are so many elements to this that are like the card system, like the weapons, like it is simplified enough to where I think it could be like a pretty simplified BR where you
Don't
pick
worry,
up
that'll
these
be a
different cards.
paid expansion.
Like,
or
you know, but
something.
well, now that what they're saying is like they're like, oh hey, we're gonna release a multiplayer, because that was the other thing. I was like, why isn't this is like a 5v5 or 4v4 PvP mode? Like, why do we not have that? Like that would make
Honestly,
sense.
Honestly, I would love to see an MMO version of this because like it does lend itself very well. Like the systems that they've built with the previous two with Fractured Bell Hole,
If they
right?
did a MMO
They did
of
a
the,
really good job with that.
of the
man.
RPG one. Was that the
Yeah,
stick?
that's
It's
right.
both of them,
Fractured Bell
Stick of
Hole.
Truth and
like
Fractured
Both
MMO
of them,
of
yeah.
that one, dude. I
Yeah.
think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
I
I don't know.
agree.
This just seems like completely disjointed. They don't know what they were trying to do. It was
Is this
all over the
is
place.
this Ubisoft?
No, this is their own. I think their whole like
It's
South Park
Question,
Studios.
and it's
I thought it was
published by
Ubisoft that published it.
THQ Nordic.
Okay,
THQ,
there you go,
okay.
THQ.
Question is Question LLC. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's not good. Like this is a $30 game that should not
You know what?
shouldn't even. I don't even warrant spending any money on this. Like, do not buy this game. It's not good. It's not worth it.
That
at all.
wasn't even. Yeah, no, that wasn't even the original developers of the other ones.
No, like there's nothing about this that
Yeah.
that is good. Like
yeah,
the game
so
is
you're
not
right. Ubisoft was the publisher of the other ones.
That's,
That's what you
what
were
I
thinking
thought.
of.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And,
yeah.
and Obsidian Entertainment actually.
That would explain a lot.
came
If
out
that,
with
they
other
were the
one-
developer.
with the developers
Yeah.
of the other two. Yeah,
It's
this is
not good.
completely new.
Like, please do not buy this game. Do not give them any money. Do not support them in any shape or way. Like, do not go buy this game.
Standing right now with mixed reviews.
It shouldn't even deserve mixed. It should be trash. The people that are giving it mixed
at a
reviews are,
$30 price point.
yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
a terrible game. It's not good. Well, let's talk about another game that Enigma, I think you played. That you're saying is actually really good. I didn't get a chance
Yeah.
to dive into it. What is Sworn?
Sworn, yeah. I found out about this from a buddy of ours, another streaming partner, a buddy of ours,
Do you swear to tell
Contemplar.
the truth and only the truth?
Yes, I do. I honestly do. It's a great game, man. Like
This
it's
one-
so if you look at it, and I hate to do the comparison because it's obviously it's the
It's Dark
easiest comparison
Souls.
to make. Dark Souls, yeah,
Sorry.
100%. It's what did we say?
I do.
Airy Souls
Hades.
or yeah,
Yeah.
Hades. It's Hades with multiplayer. That's
Hades-esque.
what this game is. It's a
Yeah.
Hades multiplayer. It has four player co-op. And it's just Hades, right? It's a hack and slash. It's a really good hack and slash, man. Like I was really shocked with how good the gameplay felt and with how like intricate and detailed the characters felt. Like most of these characters felt extremely competent and different to me while I was playing them. This run I'm playing, I believe this is called the Oracle. I can't remember 100% what it was called, but like I'm playing a build where I'm using, so you get two different options, right? Or two different abilities. You get your main abilities from your weapons, which is your slash and your right click, your left click and right click. The current ones that I'm using, Claws, does like a 3 slash, and then your right click is like an AoE push, right? And then on top of that, you have spells, and that the one that I went in with this one was called, I think, like Spirit Guardian or something like that, and it's basically a revolving spirit that will just periodically shoot a spell out and attack people around you. So
This looks
with
a lot
this
like
one
Hades, dude.
though, it's pretty much it's right down there with Hades. Like it
You know,
literally is.
I'm getting
Hades
This
these
vibes for
borderline
sure.
looks like a rip, honestly.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying.
like I
that
don't
God
like
view,
saying that,
like-
but those doors and like
I'm
God,
also gonna
dude,
say
all-
it's giving me some Curse of the Dead God vibes though too.
Kind of as well. Yeah,
You know,
it does.
I don't know if anyone's compared
it's-
to that, but kind of get that.
They definitely took a lot of inspiration from Hades. You can definitely tell.
Oh,
They
yeah.
definitely took a lot of inspiration from like the recent roguelike I don't want to call it like card based systems, but like card based systems or whatever you want to call it when it comes down to like being able to choose what are those what's the vampire survivors, what's that genre? Is it just Vampire Survivor-esque? Is that what they're labeling that
yeah.
genre now?
Yeah,
It kind
okay.
of gives me that vibe as well, like where when you get these gods and goddesses, you can pick between like certain boons, and those boons have different effects
Oh,
depending
so
on the
wait, you're not
gods
actually
that you go
using
with.
these abilities,
What do you mean?
like the attacks
it's
and
not
stuff.
it's not an auto clicker if that's
That's what I
No,
mean. Like
it's
Vampire Survivors.
no, it's not an auto clicker
it's
like
not
Vampire
full-fledged-
Survivors. I
Okay.
am actually in there. I'm clicking the
Okay.
buttons and I'm
I
moving
couldn't tell
around
it
to
because I
attack.
don't see any
Yeah.
abilities or anything.
Yeah, no, it's that's because of the build. Like the
Gotcha.
build, it's literally just slash, and then you'll occasionally see little spirits come out of me and shoot towards people. But
right.
it's
It looks
competent,
really
man.
good. It looks competent.
It's for what it is, and for the open beta, it is an open beta right now. So if you guys do want to go, I believe it's still an
Oh,
open beta
No,
at
it's
least.
closed. It closed out. I
Darn.
think.
Well, they just opened it. They
Oh, they opened it.
literally
Oh,
just
they
opened
opened
it
it again. Oh,
yesterday.
okay.
Yeah. Yep. So after the closed beta, they were like, "Hey, we had a lot of really good feedback from everybody. We're going to open it." So I'm pretty sure it's on Steam right now. You can go and play it right now if you want to.
Request
Um,
access.
So
Yep,
it's
It is.
very competent, very quick. Like if you do it with a buddy, like if you're in there playing with a buddy, you can get through this extremely quickly. Myself and Crow Templar played. It was just us two, and within like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, we had everything unlocked. All the classes, all the weapons, all the spells.
That's not all the
unlocked.
content though. That's just the
That's-
playtest.
That's just the playtest content.
Yeah,
As far as
yeah.
I know, there's probably going to be more content coming out with
I'd
it.
imagine. I'd hope.
But it was extremely easy to
Man.
get through things. So I'm really hoping that they make it a little bit more difficult to
Even
get
the
some of this
shops,
stuff.
like
Hey,
even the
this looks
shops and
So
everything.
this
like,
looks like they
Yeah.
ripped Hades just right. I mean,
Yeah,
right
man.
from the fucking game and just plopped it down. That screen at least.
This is
Um,
by
So yeah, it's a good time.
Another Team 17. There.
Is it Team 17?
No, they're publishing, but it
Yeah.
is the only other game these people have come out with. I don't even know. Enemy on Board. No, I do know this game. Enemy on Board. I think that was Among Us.
I,
Right?
s- I, I, s-
That
I
was-
suck at these
Maybe-
these fucking puzzle rooms as well. Like I fucking suck at timing this shit, dude. I took so much damage on this entire run.
Windwalk Games is the developer.
So you
Yeah.
you go through the map. There's two different, as far as it goes right now, there's two different bosses that you can take out. There's one middle boss that you have to fight, and then there's an end game boss. I think we fought two different middle game bosses. There was one that was like a little tree dude that moved around, and then I can't remember what the other one was. I think it was like a wizard of some sort that did like poison damage. And then the last boss, as far as I know, there was only one final boss, and it was like this butcher kind of guy, which they ripped again. It's pretty much the butcher from Diablo.
Diablo.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat, Celia, is asking, does it have like a post like run like level up board where you're like adding stats?
Yes, it does. Yep.
Okay.
Every run is getting you these little crystals. They're like little purple crystals, and those are used to unlock like different. You'll see me go and pick those up right now. Actually, these little purple crystals, the 20 right there.
Okay.
Each of those is used to level up like passive trees, and inside of those passive trees there's stuff like when you revive somebody, you bring back more health, or when you're revived, you
Wow.
come back with 20% more health.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this mini game is also a Hades thing. Kill
Yeah.
the enemies quick enough, and you
Yep.
get max.
100%, yeah, 100%.
Okay, I want to have this conversation then. Are we like should we as gamers be okay with this kind of like at what point is too much?
Imitate, like, what is
Inspiration
imitation
too
not become
much.
flattery and it becomes just
Yeah.
straight up copying? Yeah.
Because this, I'm going to be real with you. This looks really, really good, but it also looks disrespectful to Hades because it looks like it just takes Hades. Like, this boss obviously is different, but
Yeah, I mean, so I
don't
was
know, man.
thinking, I was sitting here thinking the exact same thing because I'm battling between, like, I'm like,
'cause
all
I
right,
low-key wanna
how
get
many
This looks
how
like
many-
a great Steam Deck game.
like how many Vampire Survivor games have I fucking downloaded and played, right? Like, how many of
True.
those games have I gone in and been like, all right, like, this is just that game with a different skin and another version. That where I'm having a hard time kind of getting past this is that there is stuff in here that is not like oh, we're paying homage to it, but it looks like a fucking rip. Like, it's obviously not an asset rip, but it's like it's getting kind of close, kind of thing to it. Like, almost to being like, if someone did a co-op mod and put them side by side, could you be able to tell that one's Sworn and one's Hades? Kind of thing. And I think, I don't know, that's hard, man, because I don't want to shit on this game because
No, because it looks like they really.
Right,
It's a
like-
lot of polish. It looks solid. Like,
I mean,
but
Enigma, have you played Hades? You've played Hades, right?
No, that's
Oh.
and that's what I was gonna say. Like for somebody that's not played Hades, I've wanted to play Hades. I've just never picked it up. I don't know why. I really should.
Should.
But for somebody that's never played it, like this was a great experience. I do see what you guys are talking about though. Like having watched you play Hades and having watched other people play Hades, I am not disingenuous. I'm not sitting here saying, oh no, this doesn't look
Nah,
anything
yeah.
like
Oh,
Hades.
yeah.
This is 100% a Hades
Yeah,
rip.
it's-
Like
it's
100%.
Pretty
They took a
uncanny in
lot of
lot
liberties and they took a lot of
aspects.
inspiration and they took a lot of ideas out of Hades and put it into this game. I can see where you're coming from it. I do agree with you when it comes down to it. Like there is a lot of things like I'm hoping that maybe this is just an early portion and maybe they're going to polish it further to make it look less like Hades, but even
more unique to their own
Yeah.
style. But
even
I don't know.
even in my eyes, like just having a multiplayer Hades, to me, that's
The
something that I
multiplayer
would play.
aspect is
Yeah,
definitely
the
the biggest
multiplayer
draw.
aspect I think is
that's
going
a
to be the
win
huge,
for
the
sure.
biggest
'Cause
part.
that's what
Yeah.
everybody wanted, is a multiplayer Hades.
Is it?
And
I didn't
to
know that was
be-
something everybody wanted.
It's what I wanted. I think these
Pretty
games
sure.
thrive in.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
these games are really
Wizard
good
of
with
Legend
multiplayers. Yeah,
is my
The Wizard.
favorite type of these games,
I'm-
specifically
I'm
because of the
I'm
co-op.
shocked. I'm shocked that you didn't want that, Sin, because you're
Yeah.
always bitching about places.
No, I mean,
or
don't get
things
me
not
wrong. I
being
love
able
multiplayer.
to
I just didn't think. I didn't know people were like. I didn't know people were saying Hades was like needed multiplayer.
man. Well,
I played through that
Hades
game. I was like,
among
oh, this
the
is good.
top like roguelikes there is. So
I mean, yeah, but
think it's no
roguelikes
doubt
are
that
always
people,
roguelikes for whatever reason are my game where I'm just like, no, I don't want anybody else in it. Like, don't fuck with me.
Please-
when I'm playing what I
please
don't
I don't
ignore
know,
the
I think
fact that I-
roguelikes are the genre they need more co-op. I think it's a lot
And-
of fun.
and-
Like
and
Gunfire
please-
Reborn
please
is a
ig-
solid example.
Please ignore the fact that I suck at these types of games and run into
I do too,
everything.
don't
Like
feel
this
bad.
this
Yeah.
entire fucking run, like I was running into literally everything. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know what to say with that. Like, is it shitty that they took a lot of aspects from Hades? Yes. Is it borderline theft and not just like an homage and not just like wanting to like flatter Hades and the developers by making a game that looks very close to it? Probably, yeah, 100%. But on the other hand, I think that like Hades, just like Vampire Survivors, was a trendsetter when it came down to these types of games, and you're gonna have that kind of thing
Yeah, of
happen
course.
For sure.
regardless. You know,
I think Bill's kind of concerning question is definitely something that, it is like where
No,
does
for
that
sure,
line
yeah.
get drawn between
I agree.
imitation and
Yeah.
is flattery? And,
I mean,
and-
it and to answer
Yeah,
a
right.
question in the chat, I believe it's a 4-player.
It's 4-player
co-op. It's
co-op,
not.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
up
believe
to
it's 4 players. So
That's pretty dope. Like I said, the
I-
only other game that I know that does co-op like that is Wizard of Legend.
Wizard
and
of Legend, yeah.
yeah,
that immediately makes me interested in this, despite the similarity.
the
By the way-
egregious similarities.
Yeah.
Just a quick hit to and maybe this is something we'll talk on later on down the podcast, but there is confirmed Binding of Isaac multiplayer being developed
oh,
at
nice.
long last.
Hell yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
see,
one of the,
that's
like,
where I died.
founding fathers of
Of the
roguelikes,
genre.
I'd say. Yeah.
So here,
So
this is the level, here's
this
the
is
leveling
yeah,
system.
this is the leveling right here. So
Oh,
that's
I'm sorry
different.
that
That's
it took me
not-
so long, but yeah, this is
Yeah.
like you get it. It's split out into different trees. So like this is the legendary tree. This dictates like how many legendary gifts you get from gods, how many rare gifts you get, how many epic gifts you get, everything like that. And then on top of that, in the middle, it also has a specific like little flipper that's depending on what tree you're in will depend on what happens. So like this one I believe is like you gain an additional 20% health or you do an additional 50% damage when you're low health or something along those lines. So it's I think it's I don't know. I can't say that it's different. I can't say that it's that different from Hades. Obviously it's very much a Hades game, right? Like it's very much Hades with multiplayer. Like that, I can't get past that. It's going to be that way. You're going to have people that state that. I do think that they did a really good job with it. And I don't think it's necessarily like just one of those games that they ripped it straight from Hades and it was a cash grab. It's going to just be a cash grab, right? I think
Unfortunately,
that
you think it's going to only keep the name, being the multiplayer Hades, because I think that's what the going.
yeah, probably.
name
I
for
mean
it
that's
is.
good. That's
I-
going to be the driving factor for it. I think is that's what they banked
It's going
on.
to sell. It's definitely going to
Yeah,
sell.
it's going to sell 100%. Yeah, I think that's definitely what they banked on is like it's going to be a multiplayer Hades. They're definitely
God.
catering towards that, but
Oh, the sword.
yeah,
Oh, is it, yeah.
it's
like
again,
the combination of the sword moveset and the shield
It's-
moveset from.
it's
Yeah.
egregious. I will agree with you. It's egregious. I'm not
Yeah.
stating that it's not, but I will say that it is a good time, and
Yeah.
I was extremely impressed. And again, for somebody that has not played Hades, I don't have that to compare to. I just have the comparison of watching you guys play it. I think it's competent. I think it's a good time.
It looks
and I
really
think,
good.
and I think it can stand out on its own. I don't think that it's going to be one of those games where it's like, well, it doesn't play as good as Hades. I think it does play as good, if not in some instances probably better than Hades. But again, I can't state that 'cause I've
that's a
never
big,
played it.
that's a big, that's a big step to say it's better, plays better in 80s. But I haven't played this, so I don't know. I'll have to play this.
never
Open
played it,
beta,
so
give it a
yeah.
try.
Yeah.
to me, it's one of those things like, yeah, maybe if I get into Hades, my opinion will change. But from what I've watched from you guys, it feels like it's a little bit more smooth in play style
Yeah.
and everything like that. So
Cool. Well, there you go, Sworn.
Yeah,
You can pick it up
that's Sworn.
on Steam on open beta right now.
open beta right now. I don't know how long that's going to be out there for. So if you guys want to play that, I would definitely go and request access to it as quick as you can. So
All right, Bill, talk to us about Persona 5 Royale.
Hell
Woo.
yeah. This is a game I've been sleeping on for way too long. It was the main focal game for my charity stream, and the reason that I have been sleeping on it as long as I have is because this game is infamously long. It's like 100 hours to just do like
Ooh.
base game stuff, not even like side content and whatnot.
Sin, sound up your alley.
No.
It wouldn't be up his alley because it's like 75% story.
Yep.
So
I've already tried Persona
It-
games, and I said no.
yeah,
no,
it's like real life simulator meets dating sim meets like hardcore RPG meets Pokemon. It's got a lot of genres mixed into it, and you would think that would be bullshit, but obviously considering they're on the 5th installment, probably going on the 6th here soon, and they keep making remakes of them, there's a huge player base of it. This game is phenomenal. It does
to me,
not miss a
that's-
step on anything that it tries to do.
That's what
which
pushes me
blew my
back.
mind.
I've heard that.
Just
yeah.
too much for me. I think.
Oh, there's a ton.
yeah.
And it's all based on like a day system. Like there's days of the week. Time progresses. You can only do so much like within that time. So you have to like figure out, okay, am I going to go hang out with this person? Am I going to go to the gym and work out and try to boost that stat? Am I going to study for this exam that I have coming up? There's deadlines for like finishing up missions.
Wait.
There's
You're telling me that I have to have time management skills to play a fucking game?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
hold on,
We all know
hold on.
See,
we
I'm
all know
out.
gamers don't have that, bro.
Hold on.
I'm out.
I'm gonna let you know I am abstaining from this conversation because I will piss off a lot of fucking people. I will piss off a lot of different gamers, Destiny people, fucking A24 assholes. I'm not. I refuse to piss off the
You're not
Persona
touching
people.
the Persona
I'm
community.
not touching Persona. Y'all have your game. You love your game, and to y'all it's perfect. And I'm out. So I'm done. So Enigma, just be careful, man. Like this group of people are fucking very, very defensive. So that's it. I'm out. Y'all do you. talk about the game.
It was. I didn't realize it was all of that before going into it. The only thing I knew was RPG, anime influence, and very, very long game.
Heavy anime influence too. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's
it goes without
anime
in the
as it gets.
story arc and everything.
I like
Another
it.
thing I
like
didn't
the
realize
look of it,
about this game
honestly.
is you would kind of think that given the looks and stuff of it, it's based around like some high school kids doing shit, that it would be like marketed to that audience. This is an adult fucking
Yeah,
game.
no, it's
This is an extremely adult game. There is, so like I said, it's Pokemon-ish, where you can like grab them, like take the monsters and like have them fight with you. Some of these monster
Interesting.
designs are borderline pornographic. Just throwing that out there. The Incubus has a strap on.
Wait, I gotta play this game, bro. What?
you know.
There is a slime that looks
you
like a
had
phallus.
me. You had me at extremely sexual game.
I mean, there's one. I don't know if it's Persona 5, but
It is
there's
Persona 5.
there's one of them
the
that
Dick Chariot.
no. I don't know what the fuck that is. I was
What?
I mean, okay. I mean, I was gonna say that there's one. And again, I don't know if it's Persona 5, but one of the Persona games, the way that you invoke your persona or these
That was 3.
things, you have to commit Sudoku to do it.
Oh, wow.
And it's so yeah, it
You have
touches
to
on
play
very,
Sudoku.
Some pretty
yeah, you play Sudoku. So
some pretty. Oh wow, there it is, the Dick Chariot
Yeah,
in full
there you go.
glory.
Dick Chariot.
We're seeing it. You guys can't see it on our end, but we are looking at it.
So
I don't wanna
all
look
of
at
that
it, never
considered,
mind.
my impressions of this game were completely wrong from what I initially assumed it would be. That being said, it made me enjoy it that much more. There is so much that goes into this game. It's a franchise now. After playing this, I want to finish this game, however long that's going to take, and I actually want to go back and play the other ones because the way that the
Question,
story is delivered.
Do any of them go
yeah,
together?
that's what I was gonna ask. Do you have to play the other games in order to know what the hell is going
No.
on? in
That
this
would be a
one, or-
chat question. I do
No,
not know.
I know you
don't
don't,
believe
no.
you do.
They're all independent.
Okay.
Okay.
Though I don't dabble in this universe. I do know these things for whatever reason. No, you do not.
Since
They're all-
since like I
Since
watched the Dick
secretly-
Chariot, bro.
A
like
closeted
the Dick
Persona
Chariot.
fan, man.
I mean,
You might
I
be.
know the lore behind it. I don't know why
Yeah.
I know the lore, but I
Why
know
do
the
you know
lore
the
behind
lore?
it. I don't know, man. I have no idea.
But no, it's very good. The story is delivered in a very excellent way. It covers very like mature and adult themes with it. Like there's a lot of abuse that goes on. There's a lot of very heavy adult themes that are all handled extremely respectfully, and you end up feeling good at the end of these arcs, which each arc is like 10 to 15 hours long.
You feel good after the Dick Chariot arc.
After the Dick Chariot arc, yeah. But no, it's exceptional. It is honestly way better
Quick-
than I anticipated it being,
quick
and I'm glad
question
that I
on it.
finally kind of settled into it.
Quick question as well. Is this on PC and consoles, right?
I believe this is on everything.
This
at
has been out for
point.
a while.
They've been.
Yeah.
It's been out for
this
a long
is-
time, yeah.
This is an older game, but I know they've been releasing it on everything else. I think it just came to Switch not too long ago.
Xbox is making a huge push with like they're trying to get into
I
the
did
Eastern
see,
market by
yeah.
using Persona as
Using
like their.
Persona,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
That makes sense.
Okay, that's good. I'm kind of the same way as you. Like I've always seen Persona and been like, oh, that's weird. You know, it almost like ranks up there with like a dragon to me, right? Like I've always thought that like
Oh, Yakuza.
it was like
that's
yeah,
actually-
Yakuza.
That's
yeah.
actually a pretty decent comparison.
Is
Not
it?
like
Yeah.
from how the games like behave and stuff, but like
Yeah.
that kind of like they've each got their own like cult
Yeah.
audiences, and
Yeah.
they're so different from every other game out there that you can't really compare it to anything else.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try it, but it's just like Yakuza. I've always wanted to try Yakuza, but I'm like, man, Yakuza is heavy, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
like the new Like of Dragon is actually, if you wanted to get into one, again, I don't know why I know this, but I do. Like, if you're gonna get into
'Cause
Persona,
you're a
play
secret weeb, bro.
play-
I was gonna
play-
say, man, he's
if
definitely
you're
a
if you're gonna
closet
get into
weeb.
Persona, play Persona 3. It's kind of touted as one of the better and the best Personas
Yeah.
that are out there. Again, I don't know why this information lives in my head. And also for the Yakuza games, either the last Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, or
Infinite Wealth,
the
yeah.
one before that, both are kind of touted as like the good ones to get into and start.
This definitely
Yeah.
this definitely does intrigue me though. Like I like the aesthetic. I like the
The
menus.
art style is
the
so
art
on
style,
point. The
yeah.
music, exceptional. It's up there with like
I have
Square
heard
Enix
that the music.
soundtracks.
Yeah, I have heard that Persona music is fucking phenomenal. So
What I'm gonna say is I love the art style. I really do. I get down with it. But for me playing a game and watching it, it's just too much going on for my brain to.
It's
I
very
can see
loud.
that.
loud.
Yeah,
It's
I can see
very
that.
loud.
You want to?
So-
You should watch you should watch people speed run this. Again,
Oh no!
I don't know why I know
Watching
this,
up
but
all
I'm
the
telling
time.
you, it's fucking crazy
Sin
to watch people
actually
speed
holds
run.
the world
Since-
record.
Sin's watching this every
Uh,
fucking second he can,
Yeah.
man.
What's your
Yeah.
PB? Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, right. No,
Hey, can I
yeah.
just say as well, Bill, looking fucking fine, bro.
That's
Thank
what I was
you.
saying.
Thank you.
man.
Yeah, like I said, that
What to do.
that shirt was a little bit tight, but we
Yeah.
Nah,
made
it was
bro.
the
work.
it was the
It
exactly, bro.
works.
It made it tighter. It got it all hot, hot
Exactly.
and bothered. Well, that's Persona 5 Royale. Like,
Highly recommend it.
You can
If you've
play
been
it
sleeping on
anywhere.
this game and you like JRPGs, get it. It's worth the time.
It's better than
and
better than Kingdom Hearts. Go fuck Kingdom Hearts.
and
I'll shut
Get
up.
out of here, dude.
and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're still running your charity, right? So if people want to continue to,
It is
to
open, he
add to
said.
that
That'll
charity.
be up until Sunday. I'm leaving it up for people that were watching in VOD. So if you do want to donate to the charity, it's for the American Foundations for Suicide Prevention. That link is still available on those VODs and on my channel. So feel free
Yeah.
to donate if you can't. That's fine too, but it will be open until Sunday.
Dope.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up the games that we've been playing. And
I think that's the first time we've
a
had like
a lot of
more
games.
than one. Yeah, I think that's the first time we've had like more than
Yeah,
one game in like,
majority
in,
of
like
us had a
6 episodes, dude.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So now we're gonna move on to the news section where we're gonna talk about the news that released this week. Which we've got some breaking news that we'll talk about in the quick hit section. But
I thought you were
you
getting
know,
into it.
no,
Sorry.
nope. Debated.
You baited me
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about Xbox. You know, Xbox hasn't really been in the news. Actually, I don't think Xbox has been too much in the news the past couple of weeks. So they are in the news this week. Phil Spencer did come out and kind of say and has raised a lot of like questions about saying, hey, you know, we're open to bringing you know, stores like Epic and you know, Steam and all that kind of stuff to Xbox consoles. All this news kind of came from GDC where they also talked about handhelds, and it was pretty
A
much
lot of stuff came from
it was
GDC,
yeah,
man.
it was
It's
it was
crazy.
pretty much confirmed, not confirmed that like Xbox is absolutely working on a handheld system. Which
I've been
makes-
I've
makes
been
sense.
saying it. I've been saying it for months, man. That's their next step. With
Yeah.
them moving towards more of a stream wherever you want, play wherever you want.
For
It just
sure.
makes sense to have a
Yeah.
handheld from
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah,
Especially after how the Steam Deck's been doing. I mean, I
Yeah,
think that's a lot
yeah.
of people's mindsets.
Huge.
Well, I mean, if you look at kind of what hey, look, there's Hades. We were talking about that. They knew. If you look at kind of like their strategy, right? Xbox's whole strategy versus kind of the other platforms that are out there, their whole thing is being able to want to game everywhere, want to do everything everywhere. So it just makes sense. Like obviously, yes, the portability of it, but also too just being like, look, like why would we not, you know, make it so that you can play, have the Epic Store, have the Steam Store,
Dude,
or whatever.
That's,
Like,
that's such huge news if that actually comes to fruition. Like that is big.
well, I mean, what,
Dude,
what-
just-
Just imagine how consumer friendly that would be. You know.
well, essentially, what it is at this point is Xbox is now just saying, "Hey, you're buying a PC." Like
Play
this
what
is
you-
I
just
was
a
yeah,
gonna
PC.
say
play what
that's
you
exactly
want.
what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. A portable computer,
Yeah,
right?
this
Or
is a
if they do
computer.
the portable, line.
Right.
But yeah,
It's-
that big.
the whole being able to play your like Steam games on an Xbox and have access to all of your Steam library would be fucking huge, dude.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a Steam or like a PC gamer that has Steam like I do, where I've got and I'm sure Sin has plenty more. I think I've got like 320 games altogether.
And,
Like that would be amazing to have that
and
if
that's
I
a
had an
PC
Xbox.
pretty much at a much more affordable price too. At that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
That's why I bought a
Um,
Steam Deck.
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
seriously.
it's I mean it's just smart. I mean again, this is great.
Do you-
Go ahead.
Really quickly, just because of mentioning the Steam Deck, right? Do you think that like if they did make a handheld version of the Xbox that had access to Steam, would that be a contention to the Steam Deck? Do you think would Steam have to like kind of
Well,
look at that
that's
and be like,
something they're
"Ooh,
like
what?"
they're open to
I
having.
mean-
They still have to work out a deal if that were the case.
I don't think it would be an issue whatsoever. Every handheld that's released recently, from the Asus one to whatever that new one coming out is,
Has
they all
had
can run
access.
Steam. So
Yeah.
Well-
I think it's a moot point. Steam still gets traffic to their platform one way or the other.
Yeah.
Still buying games through Steam. So
I think
Yep.
now that's honestly, I think that's what Xbox is wanting to do. They want to go down the route of Steam, right? Like Steam was a developer, and then they went down the route of just providing everybody games. And I think that's what Xbox is trying and planning to do. Is just they're
So,
going to be the next platform. You know,
here's what I'll say. I think that a lot of people also accredit the Steam Deck to this, and I'm actually going to take something away from the Steam Deck, and I'm actually going to give it to another one. Like the one that opened the eyes to all of this was Nintendo and the Switch, right? Like that was
Yeah.
the first time that they were like, oh, this shit can be a portable system that can also come home and dock and just hook right back up. And then, you see, like, if you look at like the Steam Deck dock, it is a fucking Switch dock, like almost, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
very, very close to it. Right. So like, this is where consoles are going, right? Consoles are going to be a portable thing where they're going to be able to go with you, or it's going to be a cloud-based service that you're just going to stream to wherever you want to play it at, right? So, I think that the world of physical systems being like this only at home thing is I would be shocked if like I think the next generation will be that, but after that, I would be very shocked if we don't see in 2 generation cycles that the whole concept of what we think consoles are is going to be completely different. Like it's not. It's going to
sure.
be this. It's going to
Yeah,
be a
no, I
handheld
agree.
thing. So yeah, this is interesting. And again, I think that we're I'm waiting for them to be like, hey, Bill's going to be like, PlayStation, let's put the PS Store on fucking Xbox. Let's do it,
Right.
baby. Why not?
I mean, that would be probably the end goal. That would be the last nail in the build, I would say. And I honestly can see
why
them
not?
doing it.
What,
And I
but
could
I can see them being
Xbox-
open to it.
I could see them being open to it in like a deal to put Xbox Game Pass on the PlayStation.
why would you
Yeah.
not like? Like again, the people that want console wars, like I get that it breeds innovation, but at the same, like, dude, game wherever the fuck you want to game. You want to have an Xbox Game Pass on PlayStation. You want to have the PlayStation Store, like on the biggest reason why I so badly want be able to play PlayStation games on PC day one, and it fucking pisses me off that I have to wait. But I'm not buying a
Especially
console for it.
considering that the ports
Are great.
actually decent. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
exception of Last of Us. Like
Yeah.
Horizon,
Ooh,
the
yeah.
new one just
New
came
one's
out on
so
PC.
good.
And it's apparently perfect on
Yeah.
PC.
It's
I'm really hoping that the Ghost of Tsushima one that we're getting in May, I believe, is going to be phenomenal. as
By the way,
well,
we
man.
did as a retro to that. I know we have, what is it? So it's a hot fix. That's what I'm gonna call it. The hot fix to the pre-patch podcast that we had last week, where we were talking about Ghost of Tsushima and whether it was going to come out as the full edition. It is a definitive edition. It will come with all DLCs
Nice.
and the multiplayer for
Oh,
it.
yeah,
So,
dude.
dude, that's awesome.
Sweet.
yep. So I looked into that. So.
That's fucking sick. I
That
love
is
that.
one good thing about them releasing these games on
Huge
PC
move.
like years after the fact, is they can do that.
No,
Mhm.
absolutely. And we were
There's
talking.
no reason why they shouldn't. Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
talking about kind of the consoles of the future. Well, Elon Musk has the idea of what our consoles of the future is going to be like, and that is the Neuralink, everybody.
This is pretty awesome.
No, this is
It
dope.
is cool.
I
really cool.
I think it is amazing. Just from the altruistic aspect of something, that, if you're unfamiliar with the person that got the Neuralink, like, quadriplegic, right? Like, it was, I don't want to say like it was, they were pretty much, very, very, very limited in what they can do, right? Like ability, and the Neuralink has definitely given them a lot more abilities, and I love, this is like warms the hearts of gamers everywhere and people just being like, hey, they fucking sat there and stayed up all night playing Civilization 6. Like
Yeah.
fucking
Did
amazing.
did you guys see the previous news for this?
Mm-mm.
No.
The guy with the Neuralink, his first tweet with the Neuralink,
Oh, I think
he
I
was
did.
banned for being a bot.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
He
See
was
fucked
banned
that.
up.
off of he was
Dude,
banned off
that's-
of
yeah.
Vox for being a
Fuck.
bot.
on
Stop.
Elon Musk's own website.
That's fucked up.
I
That's-
did see
that's
that.
Not true.
He was
That's
quickly
not right.
reinstated, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
he got apparently his first tweet he got hit as being a bot. So that's
will s-
funny.
I
That's-
will say that in the same breath that this will warm your heart, there's a reason that normally on these things, like I'll scroll down and we'll see. I'm not scrolling down because the comments down below
Yeah.
are
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
like atrocious, dude. It is
there,
like
there was one
The
response
internet
that
had
I
no
that,
chill.
yeah.
there
Yeah.
was one response that made me laugh. It was like, it's all fun and games until somebody hacks your shit and uploads a 24-hour loop of you're never gonna give you up, never gonna let you
Yeah.
down.
Like it's so it's like on one end you get like the highest highs
Yeah.
of like human evolution and civilization,
yeah.
and then the bottom of
That's
the
just-
bottom fucking barrel.
That's just X Twitter for you in general, man. Like
Yeah.
it's a cesspool, dude. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now this is awesome.
Yeah.
So again, Neuralink, excited.
Crazy
to see what's gonna
technology,
keep
dude.
going,
I'm Yeah, I'm really
I'm
excited
down.
to see where it goes.
Sign
Yeah.
my ass up, fucking up.
I
put
just
that shit in my head.
need Daddy Elon to make like a robotic back, and then I'll be all good. I'll be
I mean,
I'll be
you
much
have
better.
seen that they plan to do Neuralink stuff to like repair like
Yeah,
That's
neuro,
right.
yeah.
like
Well, that's
pathways and
what I
stuff
thought
too.
eventually, like
regain
originally it
motion.
was.
Yeah.
It was originally 4s. I thought that was what it was.
Well, his
That's
his
like
whole-
that's like end goal for it. They want to be
Yeah.
able to use it to
right.
reconnect synapses and
That's-
like
that's what I
I
wanted
want
to-
to-
ability.
I want to eventually be like in Cyberpunk, where you can replace an eyeball if you lose an eyeball with a prosthetic, or like a robotic eyeball, and have better vision than you had. Like that's end goal for me.
I just want like transcendence level, like upload my shit to a computer and just like I want to live forever, baby. So
You should watch the show
that's-
Upload on Amazon Prime.
I've seen
The
up.
The
You
first
should
two
watch
se-
Black Mirror.
The first 2 seasons.
No,
are pretty
I
good.
see
And
the
the
opposite
end
of that.
episode is
Yeah,
really
right. No, I'm good.
crazy, bro.
I've watched that. All
Yeah,
right,
that one
let's
gets a bit whack.
let's dive into a game that just keeps on giving. I feel like every once in a while we just kind of show up and talk about it, and it's because good old Sean Murray and Hello Games decide to drop us a new little tidbit
great,
of
dude.
info. And No Man's Sky Orbital. It's is it out yet, or is it officially launched?
It has not
I
launched yet.
don't believe it's
okay.
launched. No,
I'll try to figure out the launch date for it, but
I
Um,
didn't
yeah.
actually get to check out this update. What's
it's
all
it's
it
huge,
bringing?
dude. Yeah, it's they're
all
adding
huge,
in.
aren't they? I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
no, this one is big. Like this is
Really?
something
How
they've
do they
added
keep
in
going
something.
more and more, dude. It's
They've
crazy.
added in stuff that the community has been asking for since pretty much the release of the fucking game. So, the general consensus, or the general like gist of the entire thing, is they're wanting to basically put procedurally generated, the last forefront of procedural generation into the game that they no longer, or that they don't have currently in the game. So the space stations have always been just space stations. They're always the same space stations, right? It's always, you fly in.
it
you
is
got
out, by the way.
It is out. Okay,
Nice.
that's dope. That's crazy.
They just
The-
they patched it and then released this trailer. So
That's
Wow.
crazy, dude. Yeah, that is one of the other things with No Man's Sky that's insane, is like their release schedule and everything like that. They're just like, fuck it, just release it. Hey, here you go. Have fun with it. We
And you
released
know
the
what's
trailer.
crazy is
Enjoy.
It,
You know,
it works too. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
but the procedural generation that they've added in is now space stations are procedurally generated now. So you'll not have the same, well, quote unquote, you shouldn't have the same looking space station across. Obviously, you're going to have some space stations that look
Similar.
very similar.
from what I
yeah.
understand,
Um,
it's faction based. So depending on which
faction-based, yep.
faction owns the space station, they're going to pull from parts from that
Yes.
faction, but they're all
Yep.
going to be organized differently.
So space stations are going to be procedurally generated now. You're going to have different like kiosks. You're going to have different NPCs inside of them. They're going to look different. They're going to act different. Everything like that. They're also adding in ship customization, which has
Full
not been a
ship
part of the
builder.
game. Full ship
Oh.
builder, everything. So you'll unlock not only like unlock things as you go, but like when you're on the planets and you find those wrecked ships, you can actually deconstruct those wrecked ships if there's like a ship that you've never seen before, and you'll get the parts from that ship to be able to customize your new ship with those
That's
parts.
really cool.
So
and
this is
blueprints of said ship if you just want to copy
Yep.
that ship.
Yep, it's crazy, dude. They have
Are those ships procedurally generated?
yes, most of the ships,
That
as
you
far as I
find?
know, in this game will be procedurally generated. Yes,
Wow, even more crazy.
but that's been the case for the ships all along, as
yeah.
far as I know.
Okay.
They've generally been procedurally generated in a faction or in a factor of like you can get different appearances and color schemes. But as far as I know now, yeah, you'll have like different ships and you'll have ships that have been built specifically or
Is this a
procedurally
different
generated
race
to
I was
look like
seeing
it.
right there?
That's Gek. No, that's always been in the
that's been
game.
there. Okay,
unless
okay.
you're talking about the
The
robots.
orange dude with the green armor that just ran
No,
by.
that's a Gek. Yeah, that's a
Gek.
Gek. That's always been in there.
Yeah.
I think it's
Geks.
Gek. I want to say it's a
Gex?
Gek. I want to say it's a Gek. Let's see. I'm trying to do this
They
update
also
is huge.
made it so that there's more functionality to space combat and stuff. There's going to be more missions and stuff. You're going to be
Yep.
able to warp directly. So if you have like a friendly fleet that's being attacked in
Yes.
space, it'll throw
You
up
can-
an alert like an SOS, and you have
Yeah.
the choice to warp directly to that fight to help them out and get
to help
rewards
them
from
out.
that.
Yep. Crazy. It's insane, dude. And this is stuff that like honestly, I'm it should have been in the game on release, but I'm really happy that they've taken the time and been able to implement it in such a way that like it looks good. Like every update that's come out from I want to say Star Citizen. I
From
keep wanting to say
Next.
Star Citizen from Next and everything like that. And this game specifically has been insane. And it makes me look forward to their next game, that fantasy game that they announced
Yep.
at whatever the announcement was. I can't remember where they did it. It makes me look forward to that because like if they can take even a percentage of the creativity that they put into this game and put it into that game, that
Yeah.
game's gonna be fucking amazing.
I
Right.
need to
Right.
just
That's gonna be the Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, it's
you know what?
ridiculous.
About Star God damn it, now I'm doing it. About No Man's Sky is
No Man's Sky.
that it's what dude, every time I watch this, I'm just like, why the fuck am I just not continuously just playing this fucking game? Like, why
Yeah.
am I just not like this? Literally has just so much of like everything. I just need to
Mhm.
fucking continue to just to keep playing it, like, and not stop because I put it down. Inevitably, I'm just like, I'm gonna do something else, and I don't know why. Like,
Yeah,
there's
it's the same. It's the same with me. I pick it up, I play it on these updates, and then I usually get like a week and a half into it, and then I stop playing it, which is terrible because a week and a half is not enough to
There's
fully
so much
like
good stuff
dive into
here.
this game.
Yeah.
so much
Yeah,
good stuff.
I'm
So-
there with you. I haven't even touched it. I really need to like play it on a rainy day or something, man, when I got nothing
Yeah.
else to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I own it too, and I haven't been able
We
to
should
put
just
it
start a
We
pre-patch
suck.
fucking a
That's
pre-patch
not
damn.
gonna
world.
happen, bro. Look
Yeah.
what happened to Baldur's Gate.
No, well,
Baldur's Gate
that's-
Wednesdays.
Dude, that's yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well,
So yeah,
No Man's
it's looking to be a really great update, and from what I understand, yeah, this is the final bastion of what people have been asking for. So
well,
Yeah.
let's talk about the final bastion of something. And we thought about this when last episode we talked about was it the Black Panther Captain America
1942,
1943 game.
3.
yes,
Marvel game.
for 3.
Well, Marvel decided to be like, you know what? We're gonna, you think that's great? We're gonna give you something else that I don't know if anybody wanted or asked for or whatever. But
Did they want it more or less than the WoW VR?
yeah,
More.
See,
Come
yeah,
on.
I don't know. Okay, right there. That is what I have no faith in. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what we're talking about, by the way, is Marvel Rivals. Marvel announced a 6v6
Hero
shooter.
hero.
Brilliant
yeah,
idea. right?
I'm just
Really
happy
great
to
idea.
have Overwatch
Just-
1 back.
Dicey,
Right?
that's what I'm saying. To me, this is not Overwatch 2. This is like Overwatch 1. People are even comparing it to like Paladins. Honestly,
Yeah, I can see
which-
it.
I could see the Paladins comparison a lot more than like Overwatch right now, even especially. But
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
the-
about that. I don't know about that.
The-
You're ignoring a lot of what's going on right now. This is straight up a fucking map
no.
straight from.
Oh no, there's trust me, there is. This is definitely an Overwatch map, but a lot of the actual like gameplay of like what it looks like, it feels more like Paladins to me.
I
What?
don't know about that, but
you
yeah,
ever
sure,
play- did
we'll
you play
go.
Paladins?
I
I've
did.
played Paladins. I've played Overwatch as well, and this
I
looks a
love
hell
the
of a lot like
destructible
Overwatch.
environments. I think
I
that's
do too, actually.
a huge factor
I
that
think
like
that's
sets
an
this
improvement
above
on-
this
yeah.
map
think the-
modification.
I think the art style. I see the Paladins with like the art style and some
I
of like,
do,
the UI
yeah.
stuff.
I get what
I'm
you're
getting at,
coming
you know.
from.
But the map
I get
stuff
where you're
is,
coming from.
is
No,
yeah.
the maps, the heroes, like you saw Iron Man do pretty much Pharah, you know, all
Right.
and Hulk is pretty much Winston, just full on always in alt mode. It's there. That's Sombra right there. I mean, like it's definitely
I'm
there.
so I'm so excited to play my boy Doctor Strange, dude. He looks actually really good.
Doctor
Who the
honestly.
fuck
Portal?
was that?
That
Who
portal
the
looks
fuck
sick.
was that person? That
I don't know who that was. Yeah.
It's Galactus's daughter.
is it?
Yeah.
Is that I didn't-
That's the cool thing about this is they're pulling from like alt universe and like lesser known
Yeah.
heroes to fill
Well,
the
it's-
roster.
you mean like what we have been fucking
Again,
saying
yeah.
forever?
That's what I was,
Right.
that's what I was about to say, dude.
Damn it.
Again, like we've been
There's such a
saying it
vast
for so
lore
fucking
and
long.
canon to all of Marvel.
Every
Seriously.
goddamn Marvel game that releases, we're like, bro, all
It's
you
all the
gotta do,
same.
just release the
open a
fucking
comic book.
Just release the heroes, bro.
Yeah.
All you gotta do, just go and fucking open a comic book. Make the hero like the game or like the hero in the comic book. And they never do it, dude. It's stupid as
I know.
shit, dude.
This
I
has.
don't know, man.
I am
Listen.
very concerned about NetEase. I am not gonna lie.
I am too.
NetEase
That's
like,
fucking
as
scares
soon as
the
I
shit
saw
out of
it-
Biggest
me.
concern, man.
As soon as I saw NetEase, I was
and-
like, ooh, maybe
and if
not.
you weren't familiar with NetEase, I looked into them. They're the people who were responsible for like Naraka, and
Yeah.
honestly, after that, it's a bunch of like Eastern,
A
like
ton of
cash
Eastern
grab,
MMOs and
Naraka
cash
was
grabs,
so
yeah.
good though.
It was
Naraka
good,
was-
but they
Naraka
took it
was
down a
until
weird
it wasn't
path.
though. Like
Yeah.
it just like
It's
that's
still
what I
super
said.
fucking popular, by the way. It is.
Oh, it is.
I don't
I'm
doubt
not,
it, yeah.
I'm not saying it's not, you know, or anything. I'm just saying personally, like the path they went down was not what I
It wasn't the
would've
path
personally
we wanted it
liked.
to go down,
Yeah.
but it found
Exactly.
an audience.
That's it. But
You know
And they're
what's
pulling Spider Penny. Yep.
you know what's crazy about this though is that I will say.
Wait,
Uh,
Did you say Spider Penny?
Yeah,
Um,
she's the one in the
she's
the-
Parker.
That's awesome,
Spider-
dude.
the spider mech suit.
this
That's
is
awesome. Some Penny Parker or something.
This
Yeah.
is brilliant on both of the developer and the publisher's part because so many people like Overwatch 2. One of the things is they laid off their fucking E thing. Like people are
PvE team,
pissed
yeah.
about fucking Overwatch right now.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the like bro, come in here and sweep
Question.
it up.
Question
Yeah.
for you though. Do
Yes,
they
I will
do a
spend a lot of
PvE
money on the
version?
game.
I mean, I
No,
know you
they're
will,
so
not
why-
gonna.
but
No,
do they do a PvE version of this since
No.
so many people have asked for it for Overwatch 2?
they better not. They shouldn't.
Bro,
They're-
he's
they-
being sarcastic. Nobody
Oh.
fucking asked
No,
for
I'm
that
not.
shit.
No,
You're
no,
crazy.
I'm not.
You're saying people asked for the PvE
No, there's-
in
there's a-
Overwatch
there's-
2?
there's
Yeah,
a-
a lot
of-
of people
yeah.
asked for the PvE.
No, I mean
yeah.
once the people bought it and they were promised a PvE, yeah, of course they wanted it.
No,
but
a
to
lot of
make
people
whole
wanted
new
the
game for the
PvE.
PvE. I don't see people.
That was
asking
the
for
promise
it.
that they gave for Overwatch 2 was that
I'm not talking about making an entire
give
new
it to
game.
it, yeah, and then they
But-
took it away. I just don't
but
think there was like a
from-
big ask for it from Overwatch 1.
No, there
to
was
Overwatch
a
2.
huge ask for it. The
Maybe
PvE
so.
the PvE map or the PvE stuff like the
Yeah, it's
I'm
in
trying-
chat. Is he in chat's literally saying PVE would be the only way I'd play Overwatch? Like that PVE
Yeah,
was a
okay.
very big.
I might
It
just
was
be
huge.
out of that one, but yeah, no.
But like this game specifically, like
It's Info
Overwatch is
Siege.
one thing. Overwatch is one thing, but like this game, like again, they have so much shit that they could pull for the PvE. Again, like Sin said, just open a fucking comic book. You've got
Yeah.
PvE,
Yeah.
you've got story right there at your fingertips.
Dude,
I am happy that they're doing the lesser known heroes. Though I've seen some people
Yeah.
complaining like, "Who the fuck is Luna Snow and why is she in this
Yeah.
game? I don't want to play as
Dude,
her."
good.
Like, get over.
Good. Like because
Yeah.
like seriously, we need these lesser known because it's
I'm
so
tired of
overdone.
seeing I'm tired of seeing like
Exactly.
lineups that are just like, oh, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, like
Yeah.
the big
Like,
names,
of
and then
course we love
nobody
'em.
else.
And we'll play them, but like we don't want just that. Like, come on.
I mean,
Like,
I
give
signed.
it- give some
I-
variety, man.
I can tell you right now, the only thing that I have against this deterrent is NetEase. Aside from that, looking at the game, it
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
looks amazing.
It looks great.
Gameplay
It
looks
looks
fucking
great.
dope. Graphically,
This
it looks
is-
amazing. The
In
PvP
theory, this is
fucking up,
everything
man.
that we need right now from a Marvel game to be good.
I mean, yeah. I
seriously.
mean, I would like a Marvel MMO. Like, bring me back, please. Like,
Yeah,
bring,
it would be
me-
nice.
Bring me back to the fucking Marvel
But
Heroes.
honest-
but this is,
I'm-
this
But
is-
honestly, if we can get one good Marvel game, I will
yeah,
call that a
please.
like,
fucking
give me a
win.
good Marvel game that's gonna keep up
And
with
I'll take
everything
this shit,
and do
man.
it. Like,
I will
I'm down,
call that a
man.
win.
Like,
If,
dude,
if
like-
NetEase if NetEase can pull this off, I will
fucking please, dude.
have better
please.
things to say about NetEase. I won't go
Yeah.
I won't go back on my word stating that anything NetEase releases is usually pretty rough, but I if they can release this and do a good job with it, I will eat
No,
my crow.
I'm a little skeptic. I mean, not a little. I'm a lot skeptic, but I'm more so because what I've seen a few things on Twitter. I don't know. I thought I sent them, but I lost them, I guess. But there's been some people that have come out on Twitter, like artists that have said that they worked for this game back in early days of 2020. And it was
Yeah.
confirmed that they worked for him, and NetEase did not pay them for their work. Called it a
fuck.
test,
Yeah, I mean,
a
again,
test art test or something, and said
it's-
that it was just
gotta read
NetEase
your
is
contracts.
terrible, dude.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's just the sketchy shit that NetEase pulls, you know, and
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
dampens the faith that you have for a company in whole.
Yeah.
So seeing stuff like that always worries me. you
I
know?
mean,
Yeah.
at least they hired artists and didn't go AI generated like
I mean,
half
that
the
is
other
true.
fucking
but
game
that
developers
was
going on
back
right
in
now.
2020 though, before AI was.
Granted, they hired them,
you
but
know,
they didn't
big.
probably
Who
didn't
knows
pay
now?
for it. So you know,
They didn't. No, yeah, they didn't. There was multiple cases. People said that they did not pay
Yeah.
him for a lick of time.
again
Um,
though, man, like NetEase, if this gets to NetEase, just do
Don't
it
fuck
fucking
this up.
good. Yeah, don't
fuck
fuck
this
this
up,
up, please.
man.
This is like the
damn it.
last chance we're giving
Go-
anybody for a
Go
Marvel game.
open up some fucking comic books. Go down to your local nerd fucking college. Be like, hey nerds, what's the best Marvel comic I can buy right now? And you will get literally everything
Yeah.
you need for a game.
I'm looking through this character list and it makes me more excited. Like I'm actually really hyped for it because you got your
So am I,
classics. You got
yeah.
like Spider-Man, Hulk, Black Panther, Loki, all of them. But then you get like X-Men, like Storm.
Yeah,
I don't know who Namor is, but he's
He
apparently
is,
in there. I'm,
he is the underwater god from
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a huge thing, but Black Panther 2,
Also,
the movie.
he's-
I
Gotcha.
see you're trying to
Yeah.
wrap this up, but also a cool mechanic. I don't know if you guys caught was the combination like
yeah, the team
abilities.
activations.
The
Yeah.
team, yeah, that's actually pretty sweet. You know, like you saw Rocket jumping on Groot's shoulders.
Yeah,
and
I don't know what the
barraging
fuck
people.
Hulk threw at
And
Iron
that
Man. Like,
was
I don't know
gonna be
what
my
it
that
was like-
question.
it was
I
like
gonna say,
gamma
So
radiation.
it was a gamma radiation
Yeah,
that
just
Hulk
like-
somehow tossed to.
I don't know. He
to-
like
to Iron
vomited
Man.
in his
I
hand and
was
threw
gonna
out
ask you,
gamma. I don't
because
know.
you guys are more Marvel guys than me. That's never been a thing, right? That Hulk can like extract
I-
gamma or something.
I don't know.
Has it
So
maybe.
there is some
Maybe.
instances of him like channeling his gamma radiation, but I don't think I've
He
ever
threw like a
seen him.
baseball.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him kamehameha a fucking gamma
I
radiation.
think, I think they're kind of leaning on the diva side of things where he like releases his gamma and then turns back into Bruce Banner with a pistol.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he like builds
Maybe.
it back
There-
up.
there is like I know we're trying to get out of
Punisher's
this, but
gonna be in the
I
game
just
as well.
I was about to say I want to go over some of the featured characters: Magneto, Cyclops, Phoenix, Wolverine, Beast, Storm. We're seeing a lot of the X-Men, Gambit, Rogue, Bishop, Changeling, Jubilee. We're seeing a ton of fucking X-Men, which we don't normally see, right?
Mhm.
Like we don't normally see that in the Marvel universe. Abomination, Adam 2, Administrator, Adaptoids, just some really cool and unique characters.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, man. I am looking forward
Just
to
give
it.
me
If-
just give me like
just
a
do it-
Hawkeye or
just
a
do it well,
Kate Bishop,
please.
and I'll be cool.
just do it well, please.
So I can be my Hanzo main in Overwatch again.
Okay, so I found the Hulk thing right here. As part of a team-up gameplay mechanic, Hulk can even channel excess gamma radiation into
Yeah.
Iron Man and supercharge his
Channel
armor.
it. He just yeeted it at him. Like it's not. He didn't channel it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Still,
that
really
I saw
cool,
that
really
and I thought
cool.
that was kind of funny. But yeah,
It looks good, man. I'm
We're
worried about NetEase, but it does look good.
hesitantly hoping it's going to be something good.
Well, let's talk about another superhero game that just released an update. I have dabbled with it. I cannot speak, openly about it too much, but I have gotten into a little bit of a couple things. So one, what we're talking about is Kill the Justice League just launched their season 1, right? So you get the basically their I don't know, it's their new season, right? Their live service new season. that they're doing, and it includes the Joker. The way that they're doing this is
A
essentially.
Joker.
Yeah, it is a Joker, but they are, and I'm going to touch on that. Trust me. But they are using basically the other, what are they called? Not other world. Fuck. There's a name that they use for them, but essentially it's other worlds, right? Like it's their multiverse versions of these characters, right? And so that's how they're kind of using this. And Brainiac is like, bringing these people into the current world, and you're having to go to the other world. So first and foremost,
parallels.
like the voice actors for the other game, for like the other characters, been spot on, been really great, been just like choice, right? This fucking voice actor for fucking Joker is shit. Like it is fucking
Really?
it's fucking bad. It is bad.
You think it's bad? I didn't think it was that bad.
It's
I mean, it's
I would
not,
rather
is it
listen to
just because
Jared
it's
Leto.
It's not.
Is
It's
it just
not-
'cause it's
it's-
not true to the character, or is it?
Yeah,
just,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
It's not true to like the
Haven't
old
even heard of
Joker,
it.
but I didn't think he did a terrible job with it.
I can't stand them. Like you have like old
It's-
school
they
Harley
definitely-
Quinn. Why would you not
Yeah.
bring like
They definitely
Mark
leaned. They
Hamill
definitely
or
leaned
someone?
very
Because that
heavily
Joker
into
died
like a
in
new
Arkham.
way.
Yeah, I get it. I know. I mean, but something. I don't know, man. Like this is. It's very off-putting.
If anything, my biggest complaint with him is that they lean too heavily into the Jared Leto Joker with his appearance. I fucking can't stand that shit. Like
I don't.
if you're
I
gonna
don't.
exactly like you said, if you're gonna go down the old school
Like the
Harley,
punky.
go down the
kinda-
old school Joker. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really fucking weird. It's also like you see him like lose a leg. You see him like here. He's
Yeah,
also like you
it's
you
fucking
also
weird,
see him
dude,
like.
yeah.
Like not give a shit about himself, like in the sense of like I'll blow myself up. That's never been like the Joker, realistically. Like he has been sadistic in that nature, but it's also kind of like meticulous. You also have this aspect too, where like all of a sudden he strips his clothes off, and he's fucking running around buck ass
I saw
naked.
was weird.
that.
It's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
I didn't understand that.
Like it, and then you get into the aspect of the game, and I've played a little bit of it, but like you go into season 1 and they drop you in and basically are like, hey, you should finish the story of the game before you jump into this season, but you can just jump into it. But they're like, oh, now you're, they really just, they don't even kind of like give you this narrative of like, hey, it's just like,
They just pop him in there.
yeah, it's like, oh, hey, Brainiac's
Yeah.
now like you're now in this other else world, and so it's where Joker's taking over Gotham City, and you're kind of like, what? Like it's just odd.
Yeah, it's
It's
very jarring.
It's
Yeah.
weird. I've not had a chance to play as Joker. I am going to spend some time with it so I can play as Joker.
I have looked at some videos, like some gameplay of him, and like honestly, gameplay wise and like movement wise, I think that he looks the best out of all of them so far.
Yeah.
Like I know that you like Captain
Better than
whatever,
Boomerang,
Captain
I think,
Kangaroo,
'cause I think
Boomerang,
Boomerang
whatever
was
the fuck
like-
his name is.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
I
Boomerang
know
was the
that you
most polished
enjoyed
of
that.
the main group.
Yeah, I know that you enjoyed that, and I know you said he looked polished, but like Joker does look extremely polished, like when he's moving around, and the fact that like I watched a development like video of like how the idea behind how they wanted to make Joker and how they wanted to make him like play, and they were saying that basically the way that they wanted Joker specifically to be was to be like you're constantly in combat, and that's how you continuously like that's just his play style. Is he's a very aggressive play style. You're constantly moving, you're constantly in combat, right? And
So
that's
how does he get around? Like I
so
can't
he uses a magic fucking umbrella like
what,
Mary
like
Poppins.
Mary Poppins?
Weird.
Is that ever been a thing? Am I-
But
He floats around,
he-
he pogo sticks up in the air.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say. He kind
It's
of like
very-
it's more of like
goofy.
a surfing.
Yeah,
it's very
it's
like
more-
The Mask, Jim
It's-
Carrey vibes.
It's
to
more
me.
of like a surfing almost like he
Like-
uses the why am I blanking on this? He uses the weapon as like more of like a floating and surfing type of weapon, and then he has some weapons or some moves that he uses that are like giant AoEs, and they use like
Oh, I see
like
the umbrella
bombs
there.
or he's throwing like grenades down. It's a very strange one, but it does look smooth.
I mean,
Like that's one thing that I will give him.
Here's what I'll say. Like, I think Bill said it. Like, somebody posted that this was out in our Discord podcast discussion, and Bill was like, "Looks like Sin's already jumping in." What here's what I'll say about the game, and I know that everybody gives it flack for being live service, and I get it, right? Because it does feel somewhat ham-fisted, but man, even just jumping back into it, like it was just so fun to like really get in there and just beat the shit out of some people and like play around with it and like be Captain Boomerang again and whatever. Like it felt like one of those games where it's like, cool, I'm gonna jump back in now that there's DLC, have some good times with it, and then jump back out. You know,
Yeah.
So I
It
wish
did have a
do
player
we-
spike.
yeah, I wish people would stop giving it so much shit. Like, I understand why they give it shit for like the whole live service, you know, kind of aspect. If they can kind of do it like the way that Pal World does, is like, hey, go play other games, come back whenever the thing is, you know, we've got new stuff, great. But I don't know if they'll do that. But it does, like, the game does feel good. Like, it is a
Do
fun game
we-
to play.
Do we know? Do you have to pay for Joker? Like,
$10.
oh, wow, okay.
What is
Mm.
it? You said $10?
$10 for Joker.
Do you? You can't just, he's not
Uh,
just a playable character. I mean, I don't know.
I don't.
bought,
Well, you
So I
have the
think
big
you
boy
can
edition, I
unlock him in
imagine.
game, but I think if you want him immediately, he's $10.
oh, okay. No. All right.
Okay.
So that's the same way Siege and some of that stuff does it.
Yeah,
After,
yeah.
whatever.
That,
Right.
that's live service model.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went
I'm
from
looking at it
300
right now.
players to 3,000 players, so they
There you
100
go.
or 10x their player
Yeah.
base.
Yeah, I'm
300
looking at it right
though.
now. So $9.99 or 1,000 Luther
I'm
coins to
honestly
unlock
surprised there's still
him.
300.
Yeah.
Just at this point of the game, like games tend to die pretty quick like this.
But that's the same price as the battle pass. So if you buy the battle pass, do you get Joker? Is that what they're saying, or is this a?
That's usually
I don't know
how
if
it
they're
works, but I
connected
don't
or
know.
not.
I recommend saving money for the battle pass because there's a free in-game way to unlock Joker.
Oh, that doesn't sound like that's
Interesting.
from the battle pass though.
No, it seems
That
like
sounds-
the $10 for Joker is just convenience fee.
I don't
Yeah.
think that, here's the sad thing is, honest to God, I think we get maybe 2 more seasons and then we're done. This game will not.
I've said that I said that when we first
Yeah.
reviewed it. I said that it would probably only do like maybe at most 4 seasons, 5
Right.
seasons at tops. Yeah.
Like they really needed to hit it out of the park with this first and maybe
I
second
just-
season if they get that
How,
I don't
how
know
many
why
they
players
pushed
did you say they
Joker
had?
out.
3,000.
3,000.
3,000 now.
Yeah.
From
That's-
300 to 3,000.
That's still rough, man.
That,
Like,
that's
3,000.
Steam alone, but that's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
a pretty paltry player base, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna, like, I don't think that it can get the Battlefield treatment where the game can come out and then as seasons continue to come out, it gets better and better and better and better because they just
Yeah.
launched a new season of Battlefield 2 and supposedly it's again a banger. It's supposed to be really good. Haven't had a chance to jump into it yet, but well, we did get some other news, and actually we're gonna have to wrap this into quick hits, guys, because we are strapped for time, which is completely okay. But Guild
It's a good
Wars
problem to
3
have.
in development. That got announced.
Yeah.
Like Guild Wars 3. I know
Well, it got-
Scruffy.
It got
It got-
announced.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
it's
Yeah.
like air quotes.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, Enigma found this. I looked at it though. I
So,
mean, I'm
quick
excited, man.
Yeah, quick conversation about it. Basically, what happened was in the middle of a stockholder meeting, it was mentioned just as an offhanded topic that it was like Guild Wars 2 is a franchise and we're still working on it. The next franchise, blah 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 blah, is coming out, and we are currently working on it. Was
Dude.
basically the general
It's just,
consensus
it's
of the
just
entire thing.
kind of crazy to me because personally, like I was just the other day, like thinking of Guild Wars 2, getting that kind of itch again, and I was talking to somebody. I'm like, dude, when is Guild Wars 3 coming? And then you drop this on me today. I
2012,
was
man.
like, crazy.
2012 is when Guild Wars 2 released.
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
So yeah,
So
12 years ago.
MMOs, man,
On schedule
resurgence.
for a new one.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, that's
hoping
what I
this.
was
I
saying
hope
in the
so.
chat.
Yeah.
MMO renaissance between
Yeah.
this and
Dude.
the League MMO
I
and
hope so, man.
Final Fantasy
Please.
14's new arc.
We need it. We need it. We need it. We need it. Some other things too. Huge leak came out for upcoming remakes. I'm gonna go through the, there's a couple that are actually official. But Silent Hill 2, Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater, Until Dawn, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9. No, there's also Final Fantasy 7 third remake entry. I don't know. That's what's on this list.
Oh,
I
that's the third. Yeah, the trilogy of
The
the
trilogy.
modern.
Yeah. But Final Fantasy
I'm
9,
most excited
I
for Witcher, man.
fucking can't wait, dude. Final Fantasy fucking 9 is my favorite Final Fantasy. I'm so excited about that. Tom Clancy Splinter Cell, bro, don't fuck it up.
Hell yeah.
Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, don't fuck it
That's
up.
one I'm pumped for.
Right.
Don't fuck it
Yeah.
up,
Yep.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Max Payne 1 and 2, Gothic,
Big,
don't
huge.
fuck it up. Clock Tower, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year
Clock
Door.
Tower?
Yep.
That one,
Mario.
Clock Tower is like the perfect one to get the Resident Evil treatment, like a modern
It
Clock
is.
Tower horror remake. Oh my
Yeah.
god, could be so
That'd be
good.
huge.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, though I don't know if
please
that's
don't fuck it up.
yeah, but I don't know if that's I know that they have been working on that, but I've heard rumors that that was actually getting canned. So I don't know if that's still on the docket. I know it was leaked that it has been being worked on, but I've heard that it recently got shafted because of one of the new like closures or
I heard that-
departures or whatever.
I heard it was another one of their they had another open world that they were working on that canceled. I don't know if Old Republic is canceled, but it could be. It very
know.
well could be.
Ro-
Unfortunately.
As of the 15th of this month, it is still in production, but it is being it's been delayed another year.
Who is the
Gotcha.
who's under it? Who's doing that one? Is that Aspire?
Embracer.
No, yeah, see, that's where I was like, can
Embracer
Embracer,
Group,
because
yeah.
also, quick hit other news is that Embracer Group, Gearbox just split off of Embracer and got bought by Take Two. Embracer basically is siphoning a lot of their shit. Thank God, because Embracer fucking sucks.
Word.
But Take Gearbox is now under Take Two Interactive, which weren't they under Take Two Interactive before, or were they on their own? They were on their own.
They
right?
had a
think they were-
partnership with Take Two, but they were not purchased by Take Two.
Hmm.
Now they are officially under Take Two's umbrella.
Yeah. And they also announced that Borderlands 4 is being worked on. So exciting news there. Romance of Three Kingdoms 8 is also being redone. Amerizone, The Explorer's Legacy, Front Mission 3, and Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. Apparently rumored is Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yes.
Like,
Don't fuck it up.
we're to just say, you know what? Fuck the I can't remember. Not CFD. What the fuck was the new one that just came out? I can't even remember the
Skull and
fucking game.
Bones.
Skull and Bones. That's how it tells you
Yeah.
how big of it is.
That's how forgettable it is.
Final Fantasy 9, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Need for Speed
I'm-
Most Wanted.
I would love
I'm-
Uncharted to be remastered. That's actually a
I
great
feel-
series.
I feel like Horizon Zero Dawn is a weird one for me. Like that I feel like that didn't release all
You
that long
have to
ago.
know Sony though, man.
Yeah,
They
I was
love
just
gonna
remaking
say,
and
They do
man,
like
look
remastering
at The
remaking.
Last of Us, bro.
Yeah, that is very
Yeah.
true. I just
Yeah.
feel like that hasn't released all that long
Again,
ago. Like it's
Just
just
look at The
weird.
Last of Us, man.
I understand it. Yeah, I do. I
know.
understand
I know
it, but
because we're
yeah.
all in the same thought process there, but just how they do.
It's just such a weird one to me.
But I could have sworn I heard, and maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I heard that Uncharted, the first one, Drake's Fortune, was
It is.
confirmed.
It is.
Not
Oh,
just rumored.
confirmed. Well, the tweet went out and a bunch of other stuff got confirmed. So
Okay, yeah, because that's when
that
I
might-
thought it was on the confirmed list, and I'm personally really excited for that. I loved the Uncharted series, all of them.
let's talk about delays and things like that. Nintendo unfortunately did go through some layoffs, and reports
Yeah.
are that the Switch 2 is getting delayed. I don't think that's huge shocker on the Switch 2 delay. I mean, I think that
Nah.
people were kind of expecting early 2025. I'm expecting actually probably Q2.
2027.
No, ain't no fucking way. Can't give me 2027. GTA. I mean, if you're talking about this, yeah, GTA 6.
No,
That
talking
is
about
that is
the Switch.
possibly facing some delays. They're actually basically saying like, hey, and we can no longer do remote. If you want this game to hit on time, you got to come to the office. That's I think I think that's some bullshit. But it is what it is. Overwatch 2, like we mentioned before, they laid off their PvE team. There's no PvE missions being added at all. Final Fantasy 14 Dawn Trial gets a release date. July 2nd is when that is happening.
Big one on that. Big one. I know we don't have a ton of time, but I just wanted to make a real quick comment as well. I continuously have a lot of respect for Yoshi P. Yoshi P went up on the stage and basically fucking gave his game flack. He was like, "Our game is boring. I feel it's boring. I fall asleep playing our game. We're gonna fix that."
Oh shit! Wow.
It
Well-
was honestly impressive. He also said, by the way, guys, I'm giving you 1 week to play the Elden Ring DLC, and then you're going to be
Yeah.
on the Dawn Trail. So
yeah,
you got 1 week to play the game.
he was like,
He's
"Get
like,
out of here,
and
bro."
it's not just because I want to play Elden Ring's DLC or anything.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's I think that's the first time I've ever heard like a developer, like a lead developer, be like, "Yeah, my game sucks, so we're fixing it."
Yeah, no. If that was Blizzard, they'd be like, no, our game is amazing. You suck.
Yeah,
That's how that is. Helsing. God, I don't know why I can't say that game. Metal Helsing is getting a VR port.
This I'm super pumped about. Like, I think this is so cool. That's one of the more unique games out there, and I think like that Doom style immersion's really gonna lend to it.
is
What
that
is Metal
the? That's
Helsing?
the.
That's
That's
that
like the
rhythm
Doom
game.
rhythm,
Rhythm-
game, right?
It's a rhythm Doom,
Oh, I
basically.
remember
Like
this.
you
Yeah, yeah,
attack
yeah.
to the beat of the music.
Didn't
Heavy
you didn't you
metal.
play this at one point, Scruff?
No, he
I
played a different-
one.
Yeah, there
played
was
a different
a
one,
really
okay.
really early model, a version of a game like this
Pretty-
that came out
pretty
bef-
much.
and then this one was like, oh, this is a thing, and they made this, which they
think of
they
it.
commissioned like actual bands for like real music for
Dope.
this. Like
And they also like it has full mod support on Steam and stuff, so people are like modding in songs that you can like
Songs.
play
That's
too.
really
So
cool.
it's like Guitar Hero in that aspect. Only you're
That's pretty
killing
that's
demons.
pretty dope, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
and then VR Rising is getting a Castlevania crossover again.
Yeah.
VR Rising is
VPM,
very much
sorry.
taking the Dead Cells
V
approach.
Rising.
Yep, I'm
Not-
just saying. Hey,
Not VR Rising, V Rising.
it's VR Rising. Leave me alone. I said what I said.
It's
V card rising.
And we already talked about Gearbox. I'm just gonna skip over that comment. All right, there we go. Ugh, got through all of it, dude. There was so much news. There was a lot of shit and a lot of talk.
was a
about
ton.
video
Big week.
games.
yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
it, was, it was big. So, yeah, there you go. That is episode 117. We are kind of a wrap.
Another one in the
there.
bag.
We'll be
It
collecting
is.
your $3.99 now at the end of the
Yes.
show as you exit.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Yep.
purchasing the Pre-Patch Podcast DLC.
Make sure, by the way, too, again, if you are unfamiliar, we do have obviously, anchor.fm/pre-patch podcast, but make sure you check out all of our different social links. If you're over on the Twitch side, our panels are down below. Thank you to Scruffy for that amazing panel work.
Yeah.
Got
And
you.
then, again, go, hit us up on YouTube. You can go get us on Spotify, any of your podcasting apps. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Discord.
If you're a boomer, go into Discord,
Facebook.
and chat with your fellow peepees. See, I should have said PP lovers, but that's, I guess I missed out on that one. Anyway,
We also we in the Discord we do have a self promotion. So just so
Yeah, there you go.
so you're aware, Pika, there you go. You can
Yep.
self promote.
yes, you can. You can also put in articles. Some of the articles that we pulled were
Yeah.
some of the stuff that some of our community actually posted. So
We
Um,
love talking about stuff that you guys want to talk about. So
absolutely.
I mean that's why
I'm
we're
also
here.
going to be
Like honestly,
starting a straw poll to make the Dick Chariot from Persona the new Pre-Patch Podcast
The
that's,
logo.
that's the mascot. Cool.
The,
It's
the,
gonna be
the,
a logo.
PP
We can
Chariot.
do one. Yeah.
Look, we can modify it a little bit, but I can get a plushie
Uh,
made. We can get plushies sent out for people. I'm just saying.
That'd be pretty sick, man.
Yeah, so
I
Um,
somehow don't doubt that there is a plushie of that particular
Oh,
persona because the internet's
100%.
fucking
Body
weird.
pillow.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more
It's a
than
body
just
pillow, yeah.
plushies. I'm just gonna say.
yeah. Talk about- Talk about the internet. Talk about the internet being real. This is the last 2 seconds. Talk about the internet being weird. Have y'all looked at the new Twitch meta? If you haven't looked at the
Yeah.
new Twitch
I
meta,
mean,
it's fucking
yeah.
weird, man. Go just Google it.
Was,
Just
was
Google
this
it.
after the rule?
Yeah.
Like the new ruling?
The,
we
the-
came out
well,
where
that's
they-
because
you
that's
can't
because of
focus
the
on body
the before ruling. Some girl
With the
showed her
green
butthole.
screens.
No,
Yeah.
some girl showed her butthole, bro. Like it was.
Oh, the starfish cam?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So,
not.
Anyway, go yeah.
What
So
do
go
you
check
call
out
it
the
that?
the
I
new
love
Twitch
Twitch.
meta.
What will people
Um,
not do for a clout, dude?
Yeah. Anyway, well, but hey, look, maybe
Nothing.
that's what we need to start doing. We can just Ace Ventura this shit the entire time our podcast is done through just butt talk. All right. Well, episode 117 is done. You guys have an amazing time. Be
Wrap it
awesome
up.
to people, and see you here next week, 10:30 p.m. right here across YouTube and Twitch. Come join us live if you are listening
Yeah.
to us after the show. We have a great time. But y'all kick ass. We will see you guys next time. Please let this button work. Nope. Of course it doesn't.
Nope.
Why would it? Why the fuck would my
Shit.
next button work? God dang it. Hold on one second. Make small talks amongst yourselves. All right, now it's gonna work.
Do,
Okay.
do,
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.
Hasta luego.